Can you all hear me now? Seems like it's buffering. I had no idea my mic was muted. Okay. They weren't saying anything. Um, Supposedly, the terrorists that did this, I'm not even sure. I don't think there was even an explosion. I think that they got him before he tried to detonate it. So, is there a is there any confirmation on whether this is supposed to be ISIS? It's buffering. Hold on. Let me refresh. Okay. It's really slow. Their feed is really, really slow. And it refreshes. Is this even live anymore? It doesn't say live at the top. Okay, so let's see. Situation under control, police say. One person says a person was neutralized wearing an explosive belt. And yes, this is the new normal. Okay, thanks for that, Ryan. Yeah, I think exactly 1 year ago today, the Brussels bombing. Am I wrong on that? Somebody confirm the date on that. Oh, the belt malfunctioned. Okay. Ha. Yeah. Did his passport survive like 9/11? Why would they? I mean, why would they make a big deal out of this if there was no explosion? I mean, this is very condescending. A scene in Brussels after explosion reported at Brussels. Like there was an explosion, but they got to him before he detonated it. So why would they even really make a big deal out of this? I mean, I understand that it could have happened, but they're very misleading. They're making it like it did happen. Yeah, exactly. Hoax anniversary. What's up, everybody? Hey, Mender, Christina. James, you want to come in here? Let me send you the link. All right. Gotta love when your charger's plugged in and then it's, not all the way plugged into the wall. So you think it's charging this whole time. Okay, I sent you the link, James. Should get it through your email. And the sound just cut out again, so. What's going on, man?
Yo.
Hey, just cut out again, so.
What up, kid?
Hey. Did you mute your watch page?
Sounds all janky.
Yeah, I know, right? Hold on.
So there was no explosion?
No, not as far as I know. Before he detonated it, they took him out, and that's really all I know. I mean, unless you can find anything else on it, I can look on my phone. It's charging a little. It's almost dead. It's like at 16%.
Well,
I thought it was charging this whole time.
Well, it's so obvious to me that it's like, I mean, to me, I think that they burned that place to get everybody in a frenzy. The whole death tower. I mean,
right.
This was full of immigrants. And what happened right after that? There was all this crap. So they're playing the people. I mean, they're playing them very well. It's like alchemy, you know?
Right. It went from the U.S. to basically, I mean, London. I mean, how many false flags have happened just in the last 2 weeks?
Well, the thing is, it's hard to distinguish now between the false flags and what is just what they're the reason for these events, these Gladio Bees, were to inspire people that they're bringing in or whatever, and then start doing it. I think now it's taken hold, especially after the London Tower burn down. You saw those people just wigging out, and they bring them in, and then they go ahead and the real story is how there was a immigrant that lit the fire, but then see, you can't, when you have the media, that's like the only propaganda piece you need, because the truth has no place in the media. So they say whatever they say. The majority of the people are going to get their news from, around the world from news sources that are owned by the media conglomerates. They're all working together to lie. And then they say, they first put out saying it was a British man. That was in the very first, it was covered somewhere. But then when they reported it later, at first they said that it was the immigrant, and then they said that it was a British white man.
Wow.
So I think it was I definitely get a feeling that it was an MI6 style, Mossad style operation. And then what that does is it just gets everybody into a frenzy. And I didn't know how bad it was over there. So it's like, as bad as it is here, it's like up the notch there, up a couple notches over there.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah, this is actually, I mean,
I don't know. I was gonna say that building just did not look right when it was on fire. Usually, a fire will go up, not down. Do you see what I'm saying? And there were different parts of that building on fire at the same time. I mean, there was like a separation, when it was first, I'd say within the first 30 minutes.
well, they put in they put in that new, or a couple weeks before they had refit it for whatever the hell it was, which was all flammable, but they did it strategically, and then they cut off all the emergency exits. Whatever they put in was made to just go up. I mean, a building doesn't just go up like that. No sprinkler system, yet it passed fire safety code. How is that even?
And one exit, 27 floors,
And it was blocked.
27 stories, one exit, exactly.
And then they had the fire right there, so even if it wasn't blocked, it would be blocked by fire, or it wouldn't be accessible. So literally, it was like this satanic. I mean, you know how they always have. Yeah, I mean, to me, it seemed like it was like a ritual on one hand, but it also accomplished many things to get all these people that they imported. They killed them, and then to get the rest of the people just up in arms. They were telling the people to get back into the building with no sprinklers, and it was on fire. How do they even justify that? If you don't have sprinklers in there, what do you mean? Go back into the building and burn? No. Go back into the building and burn. Die.
And it was just remodeled, not even a year ago.
That's what I'm saying.
$10 million remodel with no sprinkler system. That would not, just like you said, it would not it would not pass code.
And whatever the hell they put in there, I'm sure that's they put in, something that was like flammable that would make it go up the way that it did. Yeah, it was a total operation. And we're just seeing these operations. I mean, it seems as if though they do run operations here, but it seems like they have more leeway with the cops and everything, and they're just everything over in Europe is more they have more control over everything. Maybe it has to do with Trump. I don't know. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't know about. It seems like the false flags as far as the United States have kind of maybe dropped off. I don't know. I mean, it just seems.
Wait a minute. When did Trump meet with Merkel? Didn't he just meet with her? And then all these freaking false flags start happening? Or is that a different person? I mean, like Merkel's Germany, right? Where did he go? Who is he? Who all has he met with? That's what we need to look at. Who all has he met with?
Well, he's met with them. He went into the when he was on his trip. I think he went to Italy and he went to Brussels.
Right, he did go to Brussels, because I remember everybody was commenting on him going to Brussels after he made the comment, Brussels is like the worst place on earth, like it's in total shackles, I think is what he said.
Well, it's ground zero for the globalists. It's like they're Luciferian, like ground zero. Yeah. I mean, you just have those pictures came up overnight of literally the girl being gutted on the side of a building, which is not art. It was literally like some like nightmarish type stuff going on. And then you had a kid being held down by a knife, looked like he was being raped or going to be killed or something. I mean,
what was up with that?
Because they own the city, they own the buildings. It's like their hub, their little New World Order hub, and they do whatever the hell they want. They're coming out. They're coming out. It's like a revelation of the method. They don't care if we know now. I think they want us to know. Yeah, it's crazy, and at this point, it's so amazing how people here, they're seeing what's going on over in Europe, yet you still have these leftist cult members that are literally brainwashed saying that he's being racist for not wanting to have the immigrants come here. Yet you see what's happening, and I know that there it's not all the immigrants with the Gladio B and everything, but still, that whole culture does not mesh with our culture. And then you have these people just rallying for, I don't get it, like these like pretend feminists that are rallying for Islam and Sharia law. It just literally, the world doesn't make sense. It seems like they're doing this on purpose to make people crazy. It literally is inspiring like bad thought patterns. Like it's like a thought virus that doesn't make sense. So people that are normally rationally thinking, they're going like, this doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't.
Right.
What's crazy is they have the people that are brainwashed. Whatever they say, they go for. You know, like, oh yeah, let's have Madonna say she wants to blow up the White House. Let's have all these people talk about, you know, killing. Let's have a play about assassinating the president. Let's put it in the news and this and that. Let's have people say that. Then all of a sudden you have what happened with the guys getting shot. You know that Scalise went to MedStar, and now I don't know. It seems like he's in like worse shape. He's like actually not doing too well. I've been shot in the hip, exactly where he was shot, and I didn't go to the hospital for 2 weeks. I survived. So I'm thinking like maybe the bullet was laced with something. I don't know, but like what's going on with Scalise? I mean, it's got hot. The Civil War has already gone hot.
I haven't heard anything about that. Of course, I've been away from the computer, so the only reason I've seen this is because Christina sent it to me. So,
and then Trump went to visit Scalise in MedStar, and he brought his own doctor. He brought his doctor. So,
really?
Yeah, he brought his own personal physician. So it was
Trump brought his own personal physician
Trump brought
to
his
Scalise.
Personal physician to Scalise. Yeah.
What does that tell you?
It tells me that he might not know what's going on, as far as MedStar might be the place to, you know, kind of take people to die, or I don't know. And then this is what I've been thinking. Okay, George Webb might have been being used by Mossad, and they kind of there's a lot of different things, but you just have this guy basically opened up and he was saying all this stuff. To me, it seemed like he had been told some stuff to say, or he got into a conversation and he knew stuff, or he talked with somebody. You know how George Webb talks with everybody. But certain things, it was like he was going around showing visually these places, and these places keep coming up. I feel like Mossad has to do with the WikiLeaks and the whole John Podesta. I feel like Mossad is battling the Luciferian Mossad John Podesta thing. I think they're two power centers that are fighting right now. I don't know. That's just a thought I've had. Because I've seen.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it one bit, man. It's like this whole global agenda. You know, that they've already put into effect the one world religion, where they're trying to unite everyone. And that just goes along. People don't say, oh, don't bring, religion with politics, but it's all together. We wouldn't have politics without religion. We wouldn't have war without religion. That's what this whole ISIS thing is about, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Christian pastor who had, it's part of this. It's so big. It's so hard to like sum up things, but it's these fusion centers that are in lockstep and whatever with CARE, which is in lockstep with the Muslim thing, which they say they're going to do faith. I forget what it was, like internegotiation faith talks or something like that. And what they do is they have this Muslim guy who's like straight up wolf. This guy, he's like part of CARE or whatever. And then you have these Christians that are literally like saying like, oh, we have to get, it's like what you're talking about, the one world religion. Oh, we both follow the same God. And it's like, are you a Christian? Like, what are you talking about? Literally telling this to inside of a church. Inside of a church.
Wow.
Yeah, it's totally happening right now, and they're totally they have a whole bunch of pastors that are on the side of bad. Or I don't know if they know that, but they have gotten they have gotten either weaseled or they're doing it intentionally. And they know what's going on. But they're trying to say that we all pray to the same God and this and that. And I'm not trying to say anything about whatever. I'm just saying that I don't think it's the same God Christians pray to, the same God as Allah. I think actually it's like two separate.
Oh yeah, Allah is their Messiah. They believe in, they talk about Jesus, and but they don't think he's the Messiah. They know Jesus was real.
Jesus taught part of Islam. They say that he had teachings on Islam and all this lies. It's. I mean, I heard some of the stuff that was coming out of their mouth, and I was like, no, I've never heard it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Allah, I believe, is Satan. I think that's just what I believe. I mean, there's no good that I have seen behind Allah.
Well, there's a couple religions that are kind of, if you boil it down, they kind of are. I think Catholicism kind of is satanic too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think the Pope is the Antichrist. I mean, if you read Revelation, I believe it's chapter 13. I'm not no Bible scholar or anything, but I mean, I do read it. But I mean, it speaks of the beast will hold a golden cup. He will be arrayed in purple and scarlet. What colors do the Catholic Church wear? He also holds a bow. Now, the Pope holds a staff that is a bent cross that if you look at it, it actually looks like a crossbow. So, I mean, it's just all these things that are, detailed.
Like a snake. And if you, Outer Light did a really good thing on this where it was in the St. Peter's Basilica, and both outside and in, it looks like a snake. Kleck also did a lot of work on this. And there's a lot of satanic stuff, and it's so crazy. Once you see it, you're like, oh my gosh, like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like so occult, so in your face.
Well, supposedly down in the basement of the Vatican, there's all types of satanic statues, like things you do not even want to see, like grotesque stuff.
Yeah. Mike Morales is saying aliens are demons, indeed.
Yeah, I completely agree, man.
It's just
completely agree.
The same. You can interchange those words, So when people, get on, oh, I don't believe in demons, but they believe in it's like interchangeable words,
Well, you were talking about, you don't think Allah is the same God that, well, anything other than the God, the Father of Jesus Christ, anything other than that is prayed to or, worshipped is Satan. Anything other than God is going to be of Satan. It's like, how it says on the money, in God we trust. Don't believe that that's the same God we believe in.
And demons, aren't they supposed? They're they're a spirit. Wouldn't that make sense that they would genetically be trying to see how they could procreate, but they still need our genetics because we're the only ones that could procreate? So what they're doing is they're using their Nephilim, technology and all this, and there's all kinds of hybrids going on and all kinds of crazy stuff. But it seems like they are trying to make vessels, right, that they can inhabit, which are like the most human looking, so they could blend in. I mean, that's
wouldn't that be Satan's way of trying to create people like God? He does everything. He tries to be like the Most High, the Most High created man, so Satan therefore has to create his own race. You know. I guess this breaking explosion. I guess they're done on this.
Well, it's crazy now because I have a feeling we're gonna just see this. Now it's gone into the phase where it was monthly, then it was weekly, now it's daily.
Right.
Now it's daily. Daily, there's things. Daily. You know? And then we got that story yesterday that doesn't make sense about a guy hitting the Muslims, but then he got out of his car and there was one person in the van. Then there was 3 people in the van. Then there was 1 person in the van. And then there was a guy having a heart attack. But then it's like, what are you talking? I don't know. It doesn't pass the smell test. That was in London.
Wow, London.
Yesterday was the last day of Ramadan, right?
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Well, wait a second. No, hold on. 22nd, I thought. Wait a minute. I'm so out of the loop. These little puppies are taking up all my time, which, I mean, it's a good thing, but I'm just out of the loop. I can't keep up with anything. Hold on. 24th.
24th.
I don't know why, and I put this out on Twitter, but June 23rd it keeps popping up in my head. Like I feel like there's something bad that's going to happen on the 23rd. I've never been a date setter. I've never been as far as predictions, nothing like that. So for this to come into my head like something's going to happen, y'all just watch out. I don't know why. I've never done this before, but June 23rd, I think something's going to happen. And if it doesn't, then, so be it. But I think something huge is going to happen on that day. And don't ask me why. Who knows?
Well, just the timing. When did the tower burn? Was that? What day did that tower set fire?
Was it Sunday? Hold on. Let's see. I'm thinking Sunday. And today's what, Tuesday?
Right.
Let's see.
So mid-Ramadan is when they did the tower. It just it seems also set up to me.
What did they say caused that fire? A refrigerator blowing up?
Yeah. The thing is, you got to take into account all the other stuff. The timing, it was like perfect timing when everybody was asleep.
Are you kidding me? They're saying that 42 bodies found in one room on that apartment. 42 bodies found in one room.
That's in the tower?
Yeah.
Well, we're holding migrants, so I definitely know that. And then also there could have been smoke in there. That could have been the last, everybody piled into the last room, at the very end, where maybe there was like a, an open window, get away from the smoke and the fire, and then because they were basically being, careened from the fire. And then they didn't even bring in the first thing I would have brought into that tower inferno would be 4 things on all 4 sides, those jumping mats where you could blow it up and it's like for stuntmen.
Like the circus used, I mean,
they didn't bring any of those.
The whole thing just didn't make sense. The whole way it was played out, it seemed like it took forever for firemen to even get there. There was like only just a few people streaming it, yet it was, I don't know. It was
like 2 a.m. So the only people around were probably living in there. And then they, to be in that situation, the people that got out, the guy, I saw the one, he was streaming, he had gotten out, and then he was saying like, help her, and everybody was screaming from the windows, and it was just a nightmare. Just a
Yeah.
nightmare. I mean, literally, they tossed a baby from the 8th or 9th floor, and then I don't know if the mother ever was found alive again. She
Oh
saved
wow.
the kid, yeah, but she tossed her kid, 9 floors, and somebody caught it. I mean, that is scary.
Oh yeah. 79 confirmed dead. 42 bodies in one room. And I'm sorry, it was 24 stories, not 27.
And then another thing is the destroyer. That destroyer was part of our defense of ballistic missiles. And if you just get this whole thing with the North Korea narrative and how they're building up missiles and yada yada yada, that destroyer was actually part of a network. That destroyer sat, and it was part of a shield that was for intercontinental ballistic missiles, and then it got sunk. It seems like they're taking out maybe the defenses, and now because you have that whole multi $1 billion ship that's out of service. I mean, they almost sunk that thing. To me, that was a hit. I think that the computer was hacked into. It wasn't just like they came up and they maybe slid right next to it or whatever. It rammed it. It rammed it from the very front.
Wow.
Even though they were like, oh, it's busy, this and that. Well, yeah, but they have all kinds of technology on board to make sure that doesn't happen. It seems like it might have been, just getting rid of our defenses, and then so when something does come in, we'll be that less, capable of interceding a ICBM or something like that.
I don't know what to even think anymore. This whole thing is just
We're being is what I think. We're
being
totally
what?
set up. We're totally being set up.
Yep. That's been happening for a while. It's just getting to the point to where people that aren't even awake are actually seeing this, and that's a good thing. But
It's a little complete.
yeah, it's just scary, man. Especially with this whole YouTube censoring, it's almost like that was put into the plan, to where all this fake news and stuff happened, and oh, you can't believe anything you see on YouTube, and then all this stuff starts just piling on. Every day it's something.
Well, and then also you have George Webb and this whole thing. I personally think that I don't like to say anything negative about anybody else's channel, but this is just me. I personally think that maybe everybody's involved in some sort of intelligence. Lift the Veil, Defengo, all of it, because it seems really weird and sketchy, and you trace down all the stuff with the Swigert family, and then all of a sudden you have a dirty bomb threat in South Carolina, and then he's tied to technology that literally has to do with Mark of the Beast technology, and getting onto the internet via your what's it called, eyeball scanning, having a 2-tier system to where you can get on the internet, but you have to make sure that they know who you are and all this, kind of like how it is right now when they kick you off. When I was kicked off YouTube and all that stuff, I couldn't even get onto a Google thing. They had to make you redo your license and all this stuff. They're definitely going full steam ahead on that. They want us to not be able to have a VPN. They really hate that. I mean,
Oh,
they
yeah.
really hate the VPNs. They really hate the FrostWire. In fact, I think a lot of the Hollywood studios are behind the black hat hacking and all the stuff to supplement their income that they're losing. I really do believe that.
Yeah, that does make sense, man.
It always is coming from the studios, you know what I'm saying? And who would be better to make up that narrative full of, you know, they know exactly what to say, and how can you really prove it either way? They're using the opposite. They have enough money to hire these black hat hackers, and especially if it's an inside job, they could. That's what I think is happening. It's just too much. Oh, we're being held ransom, and but it's always like a lame movie, or it's always, you know what I'm saying. It's never like a one of the good ones, or so they're trying to make up their income.
Hold on, I'll be right back, man.
What's going on, chat? Sorry, I didn't. Hey, what's up, Joanne? You should roll in here. What's up, Megatron? Joanne said, BS.
Haha, BS. Oh, she's talking to Christina. I sent Kart Racer a link. I think he's going to jump on.
Megatron, what's up with the potato?
Megatonch potato. Huh.
Yeah, send Joanne a link.
I had potatoes for lunch today. It was awesome.
Did you send Joanne a link?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she sent it to you.
Yeah, check your email, Joanne.
Hey, Illusions. I didn't even see you there. Sorry. What's going on?
Illusion Scattered. I haven't seen you in forever. Why does everyone show a deleted comment? Huh?
Catherine, who's the disinformation agents? Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Never mind. I'm not trying to say anything bad about any other channels, but I just got that feeling that it was
a
like
fried potato. Fried potato. Okay. Yeah, fried potatoes are the best. Huh. James, what about the jets flying within 5 feet? Douglas Murphy's asking.
Oh, yeah. That's apparently some Russian jet flew within 5 feet of one of our jets, and I mean 5 feet. Get out of your mind. What up, Joanne?
G'day.
Welcome.
How are ya? How are you guys? Hey, Kay, haven't seen you for ages, girl. How are ya?
I know, right?
I know, right? What the?
I'm tired, man. I am so tired. I'm only getting like maybe 3 hours sleep a day if I'm lucky.
Wow, you gotta stop having too much sex, right? I mean, you gotta tell you, yeah.
Oh, sex is good for sleep.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a good thing. Yeah, you've got a smile on your face.
No, I've got puppies. I got new puppies.
Oh, my daughter just got one of those, and yeah, I'm not getting much sleep either.
No,
and it's not through sex, was like.
No, my dog had puppies.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
How many?
Five.
Five. Wow.
Yes.
What type of dog is it?
A French bulldog.
French. They're worth a lot of money. Wow. You're rich.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Your shout, girl. Shout me over to America and let's have
they call this the heartbreak breed for the simple fact is you have to once you get past the 10-day mark, then you should be good to go. But within that first 10 days, like the puppies can die. Yeah. So you have to like be on them constantly.
Oh, I don't want to hear.
Hey, James.
Hey, John.
Serp. Well, there's Colonel Sanders in the chat. Owen. Colonel Sanders. Did you
Who
see
is
the big
that?
chicken that they? You see the humongous chicken? Colonel
No,
Sanders
what
would
do you
love that. Oh, those gigantic chickens have grown. OMG. Unless
Huh?
it's a Mandela effect, I'm not sure. But yeah, didn't you see the video? They were coming out
No.
of the they were as big as people.
What?
Like did you see it? Have
Is
a
it
look, just put
Photoshop?
humongous
Is it
chickens.
real? What?
Well, it looks real, but I don't know. It could be a Photoshop, CGI. I'm not sure. But I was on a live chat yesterday, and they shared the screen, and it was a big chicken.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
saw it before, but everyone studied it, and they said, "Well, looks pretty weird. It could be a Mandela thing, or it could just be that they're in Dulce Basin might be creating these different animals. There's a lot of weird stuff coming out, and they're releasing them. I don't know because it was very strange. Let me tell you.
James, did you see Big
So, big chickens,
No, I was just gonna say Google. I've had my
big
eye
chickens.
on Google, and now you have Bezos in there.
Hold on just a
Yeah.
second. Hey, Joanne, will you mute your watch page?
Pardon?
I don't think. Are you on your phone or are you on your PC?
PC. Oh, PC. Yeah. Why is the voice no good?
Yeah, it's echoing. If you want to, I don't know if you have your
Okay.
watch page muted. You have to mute
Hang
your
on.
YouTube page.
Is that better? Is that better?
Testing,
Yeah, I
testing.
think so. Yep.
Yeah, I know. It's this computer. When I start up, it doesn't have a proper voice thing. It's like ew. It like hugs. It's like an echo. That's what happens. It's a new computer because my other one blew up.
Literally.
Well, no, it just went psycho, and the main board went. That's two computers have blown now.
Oh wow.
My dad bought me this one because things are cooking Tallarook with cash, of course, as usual. So my dad
I
gave
just
me the
had to
money to
have
get
my
this one.
mother report
Did
replaced for the
you?
second time.
Wow. Wow. Is that better though? Is that better talking? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Ah, beautiful. Beautiful.
Do y'all have any breaking news?
Breaking news. Oh, I read it this morning. Canada is some schools they're banning the Bible. They're asking them to rip out the pages of some of the Bibles because they're saying it's prejudice against transgenders and LGBT community. There's parts in the Bible saying that they won't inherit the earth or something, so it's discrimination. So they're telling them literally to rip the pages out. Canada war against the Bible, as in the end days. You will see war against Christians. So it's all happening, guys. There you go. That was out today. Wow. Wow.
Well, they
So
also made it legal in Canada to be able to have bestiality with pets. I mean, come on. As long as there's no penetration. Yeah. Yeah, they made it legal to be able to I don't even know the context of it, but you were able to sexually molest your pets or something as long as there was no penetration involved. Yeah, look it up.
Oh my lordy lord, that's disgusting. What?
Yeah, that's.
What? I'm still in shock at that one. I'm
Let's
not
say
like.
something. I was just gonna say on Google, the thing that it's been acting weird is it's actually been at an all-time high. There was actually a note put out by a certain firm that was to buy Google shares, and they did that on Monday, and then by Friday you saw it tank.
Yeah.
I mean tank, and then the next week it still tanked. It rebound yesterday, but I knew it was just manipulation. They put in a whole bunch of money. If you look at the volume, they just put in a bunch of money, and now it's dwindling down again. It's down by
Oh,
$4 today. So that's actually something a good economic indicator, because they're kind of like leading the stock market. You know, that's like the whole thing with the recovery, and it's not looking good. And I mean, especially in the first weeks. I mean, the first couple days of the week. So I don't know.
wow.
It's that. Yeah, it's that. It went up 15, I think 13 or 14 yesterday, and it's already down 4 today. So
Wow.
it's not a very good look.
Oh, there's the doggy wuggies. Oh, they're so cute.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Mind 39.
Um,
What up, Skeeto?
Oh, all those. Oh, they're beautiful dogs. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna go into just some things that
Yeah. Mind
Yellowstone had
Yellowstone. Oh, yeah. What's
had
happening
another
there?
earthquake yesterday, and the
Yeah.
swarm is
Yeah.
growing
Yeah.
now. It was like at like 360. It's over 400.
Yeah.
Um,
I saw that too. Yep. Yep.
we got the tropical storm over on the Louisiana coast to keep our eye out on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, that jet that came within 5 feet of the U.S. recon jet right after we which were not invited into Syria, but we fired into Syria. Iran fired into Syria. We shot down a Syrian plane that was going after ISIS. So it just really doesn't make sense. Well, it makes sense if you know that we are protecting ISIS. So basically, the plane was going, and it was probably going to hit an ISIS stronghold, and we took out the plane before it was able to hit that.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's like very blatant. Like, how could you not see it? How could it not be? I mean, what are they even saying? They are fighting ISIS in their own country, and we shot
Yeah.
down their plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but we're like 100% in the wrong. Like, there's
I
no.
see. They're trying to cause wars and stuff. It's all BS. It's all
It's,
not
it
BS,
is
but it's
BS,
all.
but we're gonna have to deal with the consequences. That's why it's not BS, because we're gonna have to deal with all this shit. Believe me, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it's it. But people are starting to, people in Europe, they were like, whatever. I don't want to make waves. I don't want to be racist. And now they're
Mm,
seeing that,
mm,
you say
mm,
anything that's even on your mind, they'll come to your house. They
mm,
literally gave up a guy's bed and breakfast, and they
mm.
were like, yeah, we're gonna give it to the people that are migrating, and they just took over his business.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, his bed and breakfast.
Wow. Wow.
So I couldn't imagine that happening over here, but Europe,
Europe, yeah, they don't care.
it's
I think
gone. In my opinion.
I think though the whole world's getting distracted while they put their plans into place. I think they're putting ever the security. There's things I've seen, weird stuff in the skies that they're positioning themselves to. I think something big is coming, and they are positioning themselves. I don't know whether they're going to blow Yellowstone. I'm not sure because I don't think it'll blow by itself. I think there's been a lot of activity. I've been monitoring Yellowstone, and there's been a lot of the orbs that I catch. There's a lot of those over there. There's a lot of uh, lights coming out of the geysers, or what are they called? Geysers. And I saw one yesterday.
It's that right before they blow.
Pardon?
You see a lot of movement of like so-called UFOs going in and out
Yeah,
of the volcanoes before
yeah, yeah. I
during
think they
they
helped blow it.
blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got to be careful of that with hi the big P19. You have got to be careful. So this bloke had a live stream yesterday, and you could see the lights. It was very strange, like my orbs going in and out of it. It's like weird. I'm like, whoa, what are they doing? Because these orbs that I catch are strange, like or demonic, entities that are cloning themselves. Like yesterday, I caught that on the video, that cloak ship. OMG. And that was like, wow, amazing stuff. It was great. I didn't look for that. I was looking at the video, and he panned around with the second sun and all the lights and everything. I'm thinking that cloud looks weird, and I analysed it, and it was like, whoa! At the top there was squares in the cloud. I'm like, man, square clouds, really? Anyway, pew 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 pew. What's pew pew? All the guns. Ooh, okay, you get me.
I got the troll in the chat.
Oh, did I trigger somebody?
No, we just
trigger. Oh, you got
the
control.
potato. The potato was the troll.
Potato, yeah. I missed that. Sorry about that. I missed that. But I've only just got up. See, it's 7 o'clock now. So, well, 6:30. I got. Wow. So, how many boys and how many girls have you got, Kay?
That's the sad part. I have 4 girls and 1 male, and we're wanting to keep a male, right? But what we did is we made a deal with the breeder for they get first pick, and I thought that they were wanting to build up their kennel as to why they wanted first pick, but they said they have a couple people on their waiting list that are wanting a male. And I'm like, surely to goodness you have people that are wanting a female too. Come on now. Because my son is going to be so devastated if they pick the only male that we were going to keep.
Yeah. I think they will. Stud muffin.
Yeah, that's why in California, it's all BS.
Yeah.
They are absolutely killing people in California. What they are doing, somebody told me that they wanted like a corporate conglomerate only here for their sectors in their New World Order like sections in California. Yeah, they are absolutely not letting businesses flourish here, killing them with regulations. They just hiked up 3 times tax just in over what was it, a month ago, compared to how cigarette taxes have gone up double. So now it's double.
Oh, that's in Australia. It's always been taxed high. It's like for a small pack. I don't smoke, but people that smoke, their packet of cigarette, a normal pack, I think about 20 cigarettes is like $20 or $25. It's really expensive
for a pack or a carton.
Ridiculous.
Oh, no, that's for a pack. That's for just
$20 for a pack.
Yes,
it's up here $10. It was $6. It was like $5-6, and then it went up. Boom! It's now for 2 packs of cigarettes, $20.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
Yeah. It's saying, they're trying to stop people smoking, but people are still going to smoke.
No, they're not.
You can actually go online and get them cheaper. So
it's
a lot of
more
people have been getting them online.
In Australia, it's a bit more like illegal to do all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Well, now we want to pass this one thing healthcare system in California, which basically we're turning into a socialist communist crap. They're literally taking they're taking rich people's things. They're redistributing wealth. They say that they want to take people's okay, this is what they're doing in California. They are taking they want a one-payer healthcare system, which means they're basically going to rob Peter to pay Paul.
Wow.
People don't understand. It has to come from somewhere. People are literally, there's a mass exodus out of California.
Wow,
I'm going to be gone. Here.
Wow.
To figure out.
I've got a friend in California. I've got a friend in Australia here. He's on my phone. He wants to join the chat. He's a good bloke. He's right into what we're into. Marky. I hope if that's okay with Kay. Yeah, he's.
You'd be able to invite him since you're a mod, Joanne.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, get with him.
He gets upset because he can't talk to. He's actually fell out with his mum because he can't talk to her about anything that's happening. Mandela, anything, or any changes, or what we're seeing. It's like everybody. They're all ostracized by their family, friends, and it's only people like us and you guys in here in the chat that you can talk about it without being called nuts or crazy. And that's why people are attracted to these chats, live chat. Well done, Kay, because that can speak their mind without being, if they're not nasty or anything, but with speaking their mind, and they can talk freely and not be called crazy. I mean, it's amazing to me that people don't see the sunsets, to see the sun-ups, and see what craziness is in the skies. I don't get it. They're like all, I don't know, but you can't talk to some people at all. I can't talk to some people at all. I'm not allowed to say anything, you know what I mean? Which is terrible. Yeah. Yeah, Catherine
Usually
said,
those are
their mum
people
tells
that
us,
get
shut
the
up.
talking
Yeah.
points from the TV.
Pardon?
Usually those are the people that get their talking points from the
Others
TV
like it.
because they have a narrative that literally they demonize any information that's not from their mouth. I mean, it's so blatantly obvious. It's literally cult brainwashing at this point.
Yeah. Mark's in the chat. How do I send him a link?
You should just be able to, at the top, you see where it says invite people. You should be able to invite people. Am I right?
Hang on, let's have a look here. Participants pop out chat, toggle timestamp. Oh, you mean in the our chat thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
hang on. I'm looking at the chat. I'm not used to the live chats, but as you know, it's a blonde hair. It's the blonde hair.
I forgive
Okay.
you.
Oh, thank you. Now, which one do I click up here? Okay.
The person
The
with the
blue-
plus. Do you see at the top?
Person with the
Click your
plus.
mouse over to the very top.
Crap, I don't see it. Hang on. Maybe you might be able to invite him. I can't find that. Where is that?
Mark.
Mark, yeah. He's an Aussie. Aussie. I don't see that. That's weird.
I got him.
You
All
got
right,
him?
check-
Okay.
Check
Thank you
your
so much.
email, Mark.
Mark, check your email. He's cool. Like I said, he talked for first time we talked yesterday on phone. He was like, well, because it's so much good to speak to someone that is the same. Like, it's like we're all connected. It's like as if we're all connected, the ones that know about this stuff, but the people that aren't are totally disconnected, right? You know what I mean?
It's kind of like this. The people that work the 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, the 8 hours a day, it's very hard to even be able to wake up when you're working and then you have a family life and then you're sleeping. They want us to do the 4/8s, right?
Yeah.
So once you actually are able to get away from that beast system, then you have time to research these things. And the people that are actually working and waking up, I commend you, because I wasn't able to actually wake up until I wasn't able to work anymore. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's their
There's
whole
plenty
plan,
of people at work that are doing this.
huh?
Oh. What?
Instead of like at night or prior to going on, or if you're going on the 405 for an hour, instead of listening to the radio, whatever, you listen to this videos that you have that might give you the news or whatever. That's I have a lot of people that do that. That's why I try to do mine really early, because they're drive into work. But also when they get home, there's people that literally sit and watch TV for 2 hours.
Right.
You could go into the internet for an hour and at least get an understanding of what's going on. I mean,
but
it's
the
not
people that
hard.
are not awake, they seem to just watch their evening news for the news. They don't even know that YouTube is a platform for research.
It's evening propaganda.
Yeah, exactly. They think YouTube is for watching, kittens and puppies and funny videos, and that's exactly what I used to think, before 2011 or 12, before I started even coming to YouTube. That's what I thought. I had no idea until I was able to actually do my research and find out that that's what this was all about. So, I mean,
you start looking at somebody's, and then they have, the good thing about the algorithm is say you'll watch somebody's video and then somebody's like it, and then all of a sudden you get into this world, face like the sun, and then it'll come up, and then another one, and then you'll get somebody else's, and then you're like, oh, okay, I see now. Like, you get all these angles, you know, and that's another good thing about certain channels sticking with only certain topics, because they really dive down deep into certain things. But I gotta say one thing on the flat Earth, it seems almost as if it's a mystery put here that we're never going to get 100% like, hey, look, type proof. Like, look, now, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where you have to be okay with it being still kind of remaining a question, even though if you do look at all the evidence, you go, how could they have taught us one way if they don't have proof? That's what kind of bothered me.
Well, here's the thing. They used to teach people flat Earth.
Oh.
Yeah, they used to teach flat Earth.
Oh, right. I never taught that.
Yeah, that's what was talked about until whoever who was it? Whoever invented gravity or created gravity or whoever, you know, they come to the realization that the Earth is round and blah blah blah. But before that, it was the Earth. They told everybody the Earth was flat. So
wow. I know in the olden days they said the ship said they'll fall off the edge. When I was a kid. It was before my time, of course. It was at Magellan time, and they said that the ships were scared to go further because they'd fall off the edge of the Earth before all that stuff happened. So that's what I learnt in school.
Yeah, but they do that early in order to make fun of it. But when you actually get down to the actual science, we're not talking about the scientism, but you get down to actual science and you go, how the hell could you have taught me this if you don't even know? If you can't even prove, and all the damn tests that they've done have been against the globe. Okay, just think about this. You can have curved water. There's no such thing as curved water. So so when you look at a globe and you see that it's a ball of curved water, how the hell does that work if there is no curve? You haven't detected a curve. You can't show that there's a curve. I'm saying, like, you know, I'm not trying to be like, oh, but it's like, I don't understand how you could rail against one thing and make fun of another thing when all the evidence points in one direction. Now they've came out with like GoPros and stuff, and people will be like, well, there's a curve, you know, but it's like a fisheye lens, and it just, you know, people that they're real, you know, it's one of those things where I don't like to get into it because it triggers people so much. And
it does trigger people,
It triggers people, and you know what I've found? It's like one of these awakening things where it's like once you're ready and you're able to come to the step where you can research and look at it objectively, you come to that on your own. So you can't be told to do it. You have to kind of come to it on your own. And then it's like one of these things where you're like, what? And then it grabs hold of you, and literally for months and months and months, that's the only thing that I had on my brain. I was like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I was actually trying to prove it wrong. That's what I was trying to do.
Right. That's what when I started researching it, I was going down that rabbit hole, man, and I was just like, you know, surely, you know, I wanted to find proof of whatever the truth was, which nobody has the pure truth out there. And what was up with that NASA live stream last night? Somebody said there was a NASA glitch to where they forgot to actually I guess project the picture of the Earth into their stream, and all you could see was the horizon of the Earth and then the stars.
No, really?
Yeah. Seriously, yes. And supposedly, I think ODD had a stream up, but it was taken down. So I don't know if we'll ever get to see it.
Wow. Well, I made a video about the foil coming off the jet engine thing, right? It was like peeling off. And then someone in the chat said, did you notice the Earth wasn't spinning? Like, I said, oh, I missed that. It was still. That was a live feed from NASA. It was the Earth. They put the Earth in, but it wasn't rotating. I never noticed that. I only noticed the foil that was coming off, and it just dropped off the.
And listen to this. If NASA really went to the moon, how come they didn't turn the camera around and project Earth from the moon shot?
Yes, yeah, that's all BS. I talked to someone the other day and said, something about moon and how they're going back up and all this. I said, oh my Lord, I don't have to listen to this, do I? That was a friend of mine. I'm like, oh, isn't it funny how you've got to, like, I was saying to Marky yesterday that I went to Perth and the people there are way asleep. Sorry, Perth, but they look around, they walk around near the edge of the beach, and we walk around the edge of the water, and everyone's like, "Hi, beautiful day," and I'm looking up, and there's like chemtrails everywhere. It's like, I said, "Oh yes, beautiful."
Yeah, it's become the new norm. Just like
I
all these
know,
beautiful sunsets.
I
You
know.
chemicals that the sun reacts with and causes the different colors, the purples and the pinks and the oranges.
There's
And
been
let
a
me tell you, it's beautiful. But
That's how I know that there's been a dump. When we have, this is what I've came to realize, and I've also came to feel it. When right after there's a dump, there's like this weird, crazy fog, and then definitely act different. People are more on edge, angry, stuff like that. Also, I could tell because there's all these lines when there's a sunset. There's all these lines. The whole entire sky turns like this crazy pink, and
Yep.
it's like all that chemical shit that's like freshly dumped. I don't know if they do. I don't know exactly how they do it, but it's like it doesn't happen every day. I feel like it's on like maybe weekly or bi-weekly or bi-monthly or something like twice a month or three
well,
times a month.
do you notice
Once-
the times of the day that they're doing it? They're doing it at sunrise and sunset.
Yeah, they do it right before the sun goes down.
Right.
Yeah.
And right as the sun's coming up. Because
Yeah.
every day when I would take
Yeah,
my
they
kids
also,
to school,
exactly. They do it at night. At night. So like when the sun does come up, they're already done. Because
no, they're spraying.
Yeah, they spray at night. Yeah, they spray at night. Yeah.
No, like at 7 a.m. in the morning here, and then at sunset here. They spray twice a day sometimes. So
They got those new chemtrails, haven't they? They just bomb it and it spreads out. They bomb it and spreads out, right?
yeah.
They got the new one. Yeah, it's not just lines anymore. I think that's old hat. I think there's a lot of lines, yeah, but there's also these other ones that this spread. You see them like fans. They fan out,
Yeah, they do that. There's also the chem bombs, which they literally come out of like the trails, and then they're like a bomb, and then they go, and then it's like almost as if there's the chemicals, or I don't know. Don, be honest with you, I don't know what the hell's going on, but someone that's caught it. Who's the guy that caught the wave? Yeah,
what's his name?
7. Yeah, and he had, yeah, and he caught one of these things. You can go check it out, and on his video, he's like he's got the camera or the telescope or whatever looking into one of the trails, and out of one of the trails, this thing comes out, and it's like a chem bomb. It goes down, and then it's following it down, and then it explodes.
What channel was that?
Crow 777.
Crow 777.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never get anyone's feed anymore. I mean, they've stopped the feeds. I have to go searching for my favorites in it now because they've stopped feeding, us the feeds. Like I said, they took 100. I had 100 people, like roughly 25 a week join my channel, right? And they are saying I lost 2. I mean, come on now. I'm not stupid. You check your subs, and you have all these people join, and then they go, "Oh, you've lost 2," and I'm like, "Well, how could you lose 2 from 100?" It doesn't. Even if someone from way back unsubs you, right? People do unsub, but not that many, and also it should show at least a percentage. You know what I mean? So they are censoring every channel.
Yeah.
Well, I think censoring the channels that aren't approved, because I do think they push like in my feed now,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
push all these people that I'm not sub to, and then what? Because
yeah.
I used to go to the subsection,
Oh,
and it would be my people that I'm sub to. Now
uh-huh.
it's like they're pushing me people that I don't sub to, and it's all corporate. If you trace back their stuff, it's all corporate YouTube people, and it's like, wait a minute, I don't want this crap. You know, like keep pushing CNN on me, and they keep, I mean, real corporate stuff they keep putting on me, and it's like, I don't want this.
Well, you
Mm.
know, it was really weird because we were all in a private hangout. We were all talking about who's this David Seaman guy, and he was showing up in all of our feeds, but we weren't sub to him, and then he blows up. So YouTube was pushing this David Seaman guy on people. You know, they weren't even sub to him. He just came from out of nowhere and then blows up. See?
Oh, right.
I do believe that the intelligence is wrapped up with Google. So it's like somehow the algorithm, they do push, but there's also these things that are designed online. You got to be very careful from all parts of the people that are involved, because you'll think that the good guy is like outing these people that are whatever, and they're all in on it, like a bunch of Charlie Mansons. So I mean, I don't say any names, but you know, my flag's gone up, and I was like, I don't know about this.
What's in the chat? What's Tusk for a Jew? Is that only great game? Is he a troll? No.
I have no idea.
What is Tusk?
Fire.
I think he got insulted someone or something. I'm not sure. I got to keep. I suppose another attack. Yeah, another attack. Another psyop.
I've got to go get some coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think your friend just joined, Mark.
Did he? Oh, cool.
Turbo Charger 76 says if Brussels right now is a psyop, it should be a major.
It should be a major topic. Yeah, yeah. Well, they want you to do that too. So you know, it's all distraction as well, really. I mean, you know, they're all they're distracting us and saying. I think they're trying to, you know, make us all against each other with the Muslims and stuff like that. You know, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Hey, is that Marky?
Yeah, what they're doing is they're intentionally making I see stuff every day that is intentionally made to make people easy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
They are using the Muslims. They're bringing them in. Then the ones that actually do this is like the beginning, and now I believe it's like gotten into a thing where this is why they've done it. They are they orchestrate it. The intelligence agencies, they use people that have already been there. They were, because the immigrants, they don't have any documentation on. They haven't been indoctrinated into the they haven't used them as an asset yet. But the people that were already here, that were maybe they were immigrants, but from prior generations that were already here, those are the ones that they're using. Those are the ones that they're using that are part of the intelligence networks. And what they do is it's almost as if they're doing these in order to show the incoming people how to act. So you see what I'm saying? Like monkeys do type of thing.
Max, that's it. Yeah, they do that. They train them to do that. G'day, Marky. I nearly got you there. What happened?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Hey, there we go. Hey, meet James and Kay. This is Marky, everyone.
Lovely to meet you guys.
Hey.
Another Aussie. Another Aussie. Things like us. Things like the chat room. Well done. Kay's just gone to get some coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So there's another. We were saying another explosion or something. Another.
Really?
So,
and that happened not long ago, did it?
Yeah, in the chat they're saying that. Yeah.
Right. And were there many lives lost?
40 or something.
My goodness, really?
Are we talking about Brussels? Are we talking about Brussels?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Which one is it now? There's like so many.
There's so many. Well, I mean, I got the message from Joe just about 20 minutes ago to jump into the chat room. And and then I noticed the title of the Hangout and was in the chat room just really quickly while I was making a coffee. and yeah, another 40. I mean, this is just, you know, this just really sort of thinks of the elites doing something along the way here, because you know
they're distracting us from
it's-
something. Yeah, they're distracting us from something. Something's happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's terrible. It's terrible, and you know, it's
Mm.
happening across Europe, and you know, the next will be the States and Australia, and who knows, you know.
Oh, it's already been here a couple of times. All those people running people over. You know, whenever people say they're asleep, people say to me, "Oh, did you see what happened?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." And they go, "What? What? Isn't it shocking?" I say, "Yeah, it's so terrible." But
Yeah. Well,
underneath, you say it's all BS.
I don't know if you guys have. Yeah, there's a guy that
find it so I could have something you guys could watch. But it just keeps going back to the March 24th one where one were dead. Let me here, right here. We'll go to this one. And then let me share my screen.
Okay.
Let me close down my Ameritrade. This is taking up a whole bunch of space.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll go there. All right, and then share screen. Yeah,
It's all BS. Said they supposedly took out a terrorist that was wearing a suicide vest before he could explode it as well. So they're heroes too. See, they're putting people as heroes, and that people say, "Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, we need those police there. We need them to do that stuff." So he saved lots of lives. So they're doing that for PSYOP as well, for the people to say, "Oh, clap, 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 clap! Isn't it great?" And then you go, "Oh yes, get some more police on the road. I don't want to be killed by a suicide person." You get what I mean? It's all in PSYOP stuff. Right?
Problem. Yeah. They flood them, and then they exactly now they're gonna have people to where they're like, no, we want the army because there's so many attacks, and yeah, that's what they're going for.
Yeah, they're going for more security.
They were going to do this too. We were talking about this before any of this stuff started happening. You said, Howard, get the problem reaction solution. They're going to want. We knew that they would have us begging for army stuff, and this is the way that it's going right here. I wasn't on the computer, so I had to sign on the computer to show you because I'm on my phone. So okay, so I'm going to join, and then I'm going to.
Turbo just said he said the military took him out, and they're saying they're heroes. I just said that. OMG! So he said that they're in Brussels, large city. He said here in Europe we are used to military on the street, so there'll be more military guys on the street because they're heroes. I mean, there is a lot of good people in the military. Don't get me wrong, but they are pushing security. The people that are asleep, not awake, like us on the panel and in the chat, they'll be cheering them on and saying, "Yeah, put one next to my home. I was going to say home. Put one on my street. Put one on my street. I want two. I like people in uniform. I'd say two for sure."
Well, you guys, I don't know if you've seen this before. I have a friend in Florida who has a channel. His name's Justin, and it's just Incredible Things. And there was he had a video at least on YouTube where he showed some police officers getting changed in the streets for one of these English attacks.
Oh,
I did in London.
I did a video on that. Oh, Kami. Mike,
they're getting changed into army gear. Oh, hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So the officers one of the officers was getting changed into army gear, and then when they showed, and then when when they showed a picture of the terrorist that had been killed, he was dressed in the same army gear. You know, he had a red beard and red hair, and you know, what sort of ISIL, person is with a red beard, you know? So,
Yeah. He's, I did a video on that. There was like 20 of them all getting changed in the street. One was in his undies. And I'm like, please don't get changed in the street. Hello. Someone said, maybe it was just a rush job and they're terrorists going everywhere, and they were just. I thought, what? This person doesn't know. Like,
Are you guys
some
seeing
people were
this?
still. Oh yeah, what's this? What's this?
You guys are seeing the feed?
Yeah, thanks. Yep, yep.
Yeah, that's what I was playing. It looks like the same thing I was playing whenever I first came on.
Okay, cool.
Is there any sound to it, James?
Yeah, but it's gonna do an echo, and really, it's a point. See, it echoes. I'll do it. Hold on. Just hold on.
We lost Marky, did we? Whoa. Feedback. Oh, it's all BS. Says they're showing the same loop. They're not showing much different. Oh, you're kidding, Turbo. It's all fake as well. Welcome back. Illusion.
This is my first time on here on the Hangout. So
welcome back.
thank you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Mark. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, Mark was
Lovely
saying.
meeting you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark was saying he can't find people that he can talk to, unless he gets called crazy or they argue and he's fall out with them. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's at a point now where I sort of test the water just a little bit with people, and and then I just know not to go into it because it's too much for people. I think.
Yeah.
People just it's just too much for most people to handle at this point. And I did hear someone say at some point that it's one of those things where you have to find it yourself, and then when you find it, it's quite a overwhelming thing to have to deal with sometimes.
Well, I think the easiest conversation starter would be 9/11.
Yes.
Start there and then explain to them, all the psyop involved with that and all the proof, as far as like, how do you melt steel beams,
Yeah.
Get fuel does not melt steel beam, so it's kind of like that. And then, have them research it for themselves. Just put the idea in their heads and then tell them, hey, just look it up.
Look it up. Yeah, but I did that to one bloke that I met, and he looked at it and he said, "That's very interesting," because he said it puts doubt in his mind. But guess what? That's all he went. He did not want to do it anymore. He did not want to go online anymore. He didn't want to do it. So
their reality crushed.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
They don't want their parade rained on. So.
Oh, look, it's the same loop. They're playing the same TV thing.
Yeah, that's what Christina was saying. She said that's the only loop that the one that I started out with on this stream here. He said that's the only one you can find. They just keep playing the same loop for this bombing or explosion that didn't happen over and over. Yet they shot and killed the suicide bomber before he was detonated. But they had to have been a sniper. They would have had to have been a sniper. Because you don't want to shoot a suicide bomber,
Yeah, I'll get you.
Blow up. So,
but they're heroes, right? They're heroes now. So more troops. They've just okayed more troops on Australian soil to take over when this happens from the police. That was a new law, right? You'll confirm that, Marky, that they've brought in
definitely
the army now. The army now. They've got an okay from Parliament that if something happens like Brussels, they will take over.
And along with that, Joe, they've said that they're going to give the police force semi-automatics.
Guns.
So
semi-automatics, yes. And we don't do that. Okay,
but is Mark in Australia like you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Same town, a couple of suburbs away.
Wow.
Yeah. I know, right?
I'm very lucky.
We're gonna have coffee. And chat about stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. It's good to talk to someone that's like-minded. Like yourself. All the people in the chat, and all the people on the panel. Beautiful. It's great. It's lovely. It's like we're all, you know what I was just saying before, we're all connected. It's like it's all, we see something they don't. It's like you meet another one. It's like a strength from other people. You get that? You get an inner strength from it.
Yeah.
Totally true.
And it's like you've been given a new set of eyes. It's just completely,
yes.
Your whole world changes. Yeah.
Yes, you see everything. I look at the movies now. I see everything.
Yeah, you end up, instead of watching a movie to enjoy it for entertainment purposes, we end up decoding it.
We decode.
Yeah.
I do. I sit there and think, oh, look at that. That's Illuminati. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that psyop. Oh, look.
Yeah, exactly.
It's even in the logos as well. You know, the you know, with the
And
CERN and the 666 and NASA with the Satan and all that sort of stuff. And all the symbolism everywhere. It's crazy.
Even the ads on TV, all right, I decode, because there's one promoting bestiality, and they've got on a goat, they've got like these knickers, right? Like
God.
on its horns, like as if it's just that sexual human, you know, and it's got its backside to the camera. I said to my daughter, I said, look at that. Let's promote. It's a subtle subconscious psyop, and your subconscious sees this, and it you don't know. You're just watching it.
Not so much our subconscious, but they're working at the children's heartstrings.
Children, heartstrings, and yes, exactly, everything. Even those nice movies, Disney, Walt Disney. You know, like he was supposed to be a pedophile, and even have you seen the rides at Disney? They're upside ducks, and you can sit on their you know what? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Huh. Yep. Yo, haven't you seen it? It rocks forward. It rocks to and forward, right? and the little kid's got the handlebars near its head and sitting on the upside down duck.
Oh my God.
Hello. Would you put your child on that? I don't think so.
No.
No. Telstra Belgium blew up a briefcase in the subway to create a diversion to get into metro tunnels to Central Station. When a river military saw and shot him. Okay. All right. So that's not right in the chat. He's telling us that. Oh, thank you.
What now?
It says not right in the chat. It says the terrorists in Belgium, Brussels, blew up a briefcase in the subway to create a diversion to get into the metro tunnels to Central Station. When a river military saw him and shot him.
Huh.
So it says Brussels train station evacuated after explosion. Man wearing explosive belt shot by police. The central train station in the Belgium capital of Brussels was evacuated Tuesday after an explosion was reported, and police shot a suspect wearing an explosive belt who shouted "Allahu Akbar," according to local media reports.
Of course, he's going to shout that.
For the city's prosecutor office told the network that no one was injured and the damage was limited. It was not clear if the suspect survived. Yeah, they definitely don't want that. They don't want him to survive. Military, especially if it was an operation. But it doesn't seem like an operation, because then there would have been the actual thing.
Fatalities and casualties. And
military has neutralized an individual in Brussels. Yeah, so that's Belgium. Says was quoted, Brussels prosecutor office is saying the suspect was wearing a backpack and an explosive belt. Yep. So
there's probably no footage whatsoever of him.
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
No,
is that him?
Oh.
Okay.
Well, it's an actor if there is, or a MK Ultra victim.
Bro, that's the explosion right there.
Doesn't it all look familiar? I mean, it looks the same.
There's also this one right here.
So they were able to get that snapshot right at that moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. How ridiculous. And it's amazing how they use the words. You know, James just mentioned what he was reading there about how the army or the police force neutralized the terrorist. They didn't kill him; they neutralized him. You know what I mean? Whereas,
okay, so how is that guy walking in the background, like right there? Like, wouldn't he be down on the ground?
They want you to have this. Look what this is right here. They got the beast right here.
Wow.
Oh wow.
How
Yeah.
fitting
My
would that be
God.
just to have that in there?
Wow. Can you
Yeah.
click on that picture and make it bigger, James?
Yeah.
You know, it's the words that they use as well, like that neutralizing. You know, instead of the police force killing someone, they neutralize them, whereas the terrorists, they kill people. You know, it's so common. It happens all the time. It's ridiculous.
And let me check. Um, let's have a look. Oh, there. That's an image from Twitter. There it is.
Mm.
Well, yeah,
Is that
like
big
Kay
enough?
said, are they? Like Kay said, who's taking these photos? I mean, you would be down on the floor if you saw someone like that.
Intelligence.
Oh, intelligence.
That's who's taking it.
Oh, damn.
Because it doesn't look like it's a screenshot off of a camera. Looks like somebody literally was there with the camera. But we
Yeah, it
see,
doesn't-
what is that?
Mm. Well, Cowboy
Is this
said
his whole deal right here? What is it? What is this?
What?
Is that the explosion?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that the explosion?
What I'm saying, they were able to catch that exact moment.
Oh my God! What? What?
But I
Yeah.
think what's more prominent here is this guy right here.
Yeah. He'd be dead on the ground. But the explosion of the bag or the not the
Screen is what
person.
James is talking about right there. It looks like a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little demon with the horns.
Something for a festival, looks like. A party animal for train festival.
Yeah, they got that in the picture, didn't they? Yeah, very inconvenient. Yeah.
Convenient. We
Like,
got a
where's
Twitter
all the
chain here.
police? Where's
So
all the
hang on.
police?
Hang on. Did they explode a bomb or did they explode the person there? I don't know. I thought they neutralized him
Who knows?
by exploding him. What is that?
We're gonna see if there's any more here.
Oh, briefcase. Briefcase, not right. Said it's a briefcase.
No, we got a video. We got a video.
You got video? Yeah. Alrighty.
Yes.
See the video? Yeah.
Hold on, don't go down. Damn it, you piece of crap.
Good narration there, Mikey.
James is getting triggered.
Hardcore because it's a piece of crap.
Oh.
Yeah, it only works when you don't want it to.
Oh.
Or
Here it
it
is,
doesn't
here it
work
is.
when you want it to. Huh.
Okay.
There, stay.
Damn it.
Because I'm sharing, everything is so jank. So just
Yeah.
stick with me. Hold on.
Mm.
So we got that, and then we also got the damn video. I'm just gonna make it big.
Yeah. Good idea. I don't know, Cowboy's just watching it all. The guy in the backpack. He's like, oh yeah, that happens every day. No problem. I think I'd be running.
That's a pretty nice train station.
Okay. That's when we always look at the finer details of it.
You know, it's kind of high tech. It don't look like no subway or, it just, kind of looks like an airport or something.
But no
There's a
bodies.
screen.
Luke was just saying in chat that that big fire that happened in London.
Oh
60
come
people.
on!
Uh-oh.
Look at the
Oh, it's
cop
slow.
afterwards.
What? Do it
All
again.
right,
do
here,
it
let's
again.
watch it again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no sound.
There's no sound.
You know what's really weird about it as well is there's no people there, and as Kay was saying,
Yeah.
that photo looked like it was taken by a person. It didn't look like CCTV at all. You know,
No.
it looked
no.
like someone just took a photo of a fire. That was it.
Yeah.
You know, where are all these people? You know, they're not lying on the ground, and it's like the people in
They're all on the
London.
train?
And yeah, they're all like on their way to work. Oh, did you say the people that blew up were on the train?
There was no people that blew up, just the one dude, I guess. No, I'm talking about all the people are on their train.
Yeah, they're on their train. They're on their way to work, and it's like, yeah. And you know, in London as well. You know, who are the people that allegedly died? Who are they? No one really knows.
This
no
totally looks staged. Totally looks staged. Just like the Ariana Grande, it's a staging room.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they got everybody out, and then they put a little bomb, and then they had people to see that guy. He looks like he's overlooking a film project.
Like this looks like a footage from a cop because that cop was right next to this guy. They wouldn't have a pedestrian be able to be right next to that cop. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think Turbo said something
but
about.
Look at how they're walking, and they just.
Yeah, calmly. They're not even running.
See, listen. Okay. I want you guys to hear the audio. Listen to this guy.
Okay.
Sounds like BS. He goes, go, 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 go. Like he's trying to create panic, you know. But it's so full of shit. You can tell.
Right.
So don't let's not talk over this because I got to put the volume on and it's a whole thing and it'll do it. So let me just play the audio for 22 seconds.
I'll mute.
Yeah, I'll mute.
So we're gonna have that come out of the headphones. Play it. What a bunch of crap. See if we got any
I don't
more
believe
here.
that.
Well, let's see here. Did you film this video? Let's see if we got any more stuff.
Look at all the people jumping on it, wanting to use it.
Yep.
I'm with ABC News.
So has anyone seen the you know, like NBC or any of those, like the main, you know, what are they sort of saying? Is it the same sort of thing, not just over again?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Mockingbird. It's just parroting the same crap. That's why I like to get to the news stories really quick because they haven't had time to
Edit.
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
but this right here, look at this. You know that this is, it's as if they're taking a picture that they know is going to be on the front page, and it's like, this seems so perfect.
Yeah.
We'll leave it right here. There's no echo, right?
No.
No.
Huh. So you guys can't. I could hear you talking over my computer, but you guys could also hear the sound. So that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I can hear better.
Yeah.
So
We'll just
what
leave
is
it here because
fire? What is right next to that? What is the things on the floor? What is that?
it looks like
Hey, I was thinking that too.
It looks like it's spitting out the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably like a blowtorch type thing that they go, okay, maybe on a timer. So they go, okay, and then they ignite it. He has a little thing, handheld thing here, you know, or whatever.
And then I can zoom in on it on my screen. Like I have a touch screen, I can just zoom in on it. Yeah, that's too good of a quality of photo. Just send it to me on like Hangouts or whatever, or Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of that photo is like news material.
Mm.
Like
absolutely, and yeah, it looks to me like it, you know, there's a camera stand that's been set up. They've set the thing off with a timer. The guy that's walking through that exit there is not really in the line of fire. He's got something covering him there towards it, looking back. So he's in the shot and he's in the camera shot. And then there's no one else around. It looks very staged.
Mm. They all look staged. I think we're stupid. I wonder if there was like a staged like training session at that station like a couple of weeks ago.
Fire, look how far it's projecting on the floor and on the ceiling. I mean, that's like 50 feet of projection. I mean, I'm not saying that can't happen, but that really kind of looks computer generated just by the heat off.
Yeah, not only that, one of the things that I'm sure that's been talked about amongst the people that plan this sort of stuff is the fact that people don't believe these events because they don't see the explosions. And it's sort of like this time they've gone, okay, well, let's show them a picture of the explosion so they know that it did happen. And then when they've done it, they've done a terrible job because so far looking at this has just said it looks so fake.
Well, you know what I'm saying? They got it in Brussels, and then you got this, which is going to be splashed everywhere. This was all set. This right here is how you know it's set up. You know that Brussels is the headquarters for the Luciferians. What are the odds? What are the odds that you're going to get this horned beast in there right next to the explosion? Give me a break.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Positioning.
We'll go ahead and play the video again. People that are...
I've got this picture zoomed in.
Zoomed in.
What?
That's as far as I can zoom in. Looks like luggage. Like a luggage with a handle.
Someone said it's a suitcase.
Yeah.
A briefcase.
The wheels.
In the chat.
Yeah.
Normal demon fire, I think so too, yeah.
Wouldn't it explode and there would just be bits of like things going in all directions? Not, you know, it seems like there's suitcases on the left there, and
there's no mess.
Well, that's because it's like projecting the fire. It's like shooting. That is just like a suitcase made to look like a suitcase, but it's probably holding fuel, and all it is showing a burst of you know, like a flamethrower where it's like lit on fire fuel, and then they just take the picture. They probably took like, you know, like, you know, 100 pictures all in like 2 seconds, and then they wanted to use the best one, and they said, "God, go with this one."
As Unimax said, it's a controlled fire. It's controlled. I think.
And look at the guy doesn't look at the guy. The fire's over here. He shies away from the camera, and he shows we don't want to be looking at this. We want to see the fire, but he doesn't show it. He actually is turning around. Okay, look, watch. You see the fire in the shot. You think that he would show the fire, but he actually turns the camera and doesn't actually want to show you the fire. At the very beginning, you see the fire right there, and then he turns the camera. No. That's suspect. The whole thing is suspect.
Oh, the ceiling isn't burned. Yeah. Wouldn't there be black smoke?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The whole entire place is empty.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, who the hell was he trying to kill?
Oh my god.
I never thought of that one. That's a good one. He's trying to kill himself. That's about it. Yeah. And station would be full of people.
I want to see that poster that he intentionally goes and is concentrating on that rather than the fire. It looks like a little like hell or something. What is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see it right here. It's the one coming up right here. What is that? Let me pause it.
Skinner said, I said he didn't get his 1,000 virgin because he didn't blow him up. And Skinner said, that 1,000 virgin sounds like a nightmare.
Oh dear.
That's a cracker. Yeah.
What a load. What a
Totally.
what a crock of shit.
Yeah. Where's the people? I mean, where's the people? It's just an act.
Where's that dude when the cop's filming?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it doesn't even look like the same location.
Oh, nice one. Thank you.
And
Wow.
he has it perfectly turned his head, so we can't tell who the hell he is. He, you know,
Wow.
it's just he doesn't. But you could tell he's. It doesn't look like a Muslim. It looks like British intelligence or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a room full of people in the back?
No, it looks like a store, or maybe like a you know, like one of those stores that no tax free or something. I don't know, whatever they got in Belgium, but it looks like a store.
Well, Cowboy said that ABC News, they said the witness said they heard 2 explosions and gunfire. He was sheltering inside a nearby restaurant, told ABC. And there's heavy presence of military, ambulances, and police. Yeah. Wow. All BS again. The cow, something to do with their logo. The horny cow.
Hey guys, how do I get my chat working here? Just a quick question. Is there anything that I need to do?
Chat. What do you mean, between us?
No. On the right-hand side, there's, the chat room.
Oh, no, you've got, well, I've got two things open. I've got our chat open because there's a delay. And so you have to watch it. You have to watch it and mute it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can
Thank
chat
you,
with the ones in the chat with the ones in the chat.
Excellent. Thanks, Joe.
No way. I learned that off Kay.
Thanks, Joe and Kay.
No problem.
Come on.
How's your mum, Kay?
She's doing good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Party animal, the cow said. Hey, that's true. Party animal.
There is no CCTV.
What?
Oh, you mean where are the CCTV cameras?
Oh, they'll always.
What
come
about
up.
where the hell is the sprinkler system? Wouldn't that?
Yeah.
The sprinkler system, especially in this renovated, very nice station, wouldn't they have sprinkler systems?
It would come on straight away.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. Well done. Yeah, I reckon he does, Cowboy too. There, it's all prepared. It's all scripted. It's all.
That fire doesn't even look real. I'm
No,
sorry.
it doesn't, does it? I agree. I agree. There should be black smoke coming up from that, and black
Right.
on the ceiling, right?
Exactly.
Whatever.
Where's the-
I accidentally, what I did, I got drunk once. Accidentally lit the fire in my bedroom with the candles, and there was black smoke everywhere.
Yeah,
It was black all over the walls. I was going to have a nice night with my boyfriend.
Okay, normally, if he detonated his suicide belt, isn't there usually shrapnel or something like that?
Yeah, it's very clean floor.
What's
isn't
suicide belt?
Supposedly,
This
he had
is supposed to be a guy in a suicide belt.
Yes.
Well,
it's not.
no. This one, I think this one might be the destruction.
No, the briefcase.
That you said.
Yeah, but
James
where is
mentioned
his
before in that
suicide belt?
article.
If he set off this is a distraction to blow people up, which are non-existent, where the hell is it? There's no suicide belt.
I have no idea anymore what I'm
Yeah.
even looking
You know why? Because it's all a bunch of lies.
There's a
So-
two-horned
Yeah.
Totally.
called a party
It's a
animal.
bunch of
Totally.
BS.
That's the only thing we can confirm right now. And they have recycling bins at this train station.
Mm.
That's what I can
4
confirm.
different kinds.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So
I've
you
been
gotta have
I've been told the infrastructure.
plastic, metal, and your regular trash.
You know, the other thing as well, if he set off the suitcase there and there's hardly anyone there, then he's going to be very easy to spot and shoot and kill, because, you know, he'd be one of the only people there. Everyone would be saying, hey, that's the guy that dropped a suitcase.
The only people are the
Instead of catching him, like if that is the dude that set the fire or whatever, let's go ahead and get a good picture for the news before we go and get him. Like, really?
Oh yeah, yeah. The terrorist is going by. You know that this wasn't taken by a CCTV camera, just by the angle and the quality. So
Right.
somebody was there with the picture. It's almost as if they are literally laughing at us, because anybody that just spends a second on this goes, wait a minute. They were more interested in getting this framed with this, and you know what I'm saying? Like they were more interested in getting everything framed, but it's like, who the hell was taking the picture?
Just like who was taking that really low quality video? You know, if this was the same camera that the cops had, then why isn't the video this good of quality? If that was a picture from the cop, it just
And then
No.
why does he also turn? Well, because we know why it's set up. But look
Right.
at how he look at what he does with the camera. We're gonna play this one more time. What would you want to show as you're going? The fire, the place of where the explosion was. He turns away from it.
the floors
Watch.
don't even match.
Yeah, there it is. And then he turns away. Oh, really?
The floor doesn't match.
And this place looks a little bit more run down. Look at the walls. This
Exactly.
doesn't look like the same place.
That's what I said. Yeah.
The same screens.
There's a difference. Go back up to the photo.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to get a couple. I'll get a couple for everyone.
Those
See the black
kind of
band
look
right
like this. Oh, the black bands.
Yeah, the black bands. It's not the same place.
Unless this is the place where they chased after the terrorist and shot him down. But
Well, it seems like those black bands.
There's the fire.
Yeah.
that's the same place.
No, it's not.
No?
No, there's no black bands.
There's no black bands on the floor.
Just disappeared. There's none.
Right.
Yeah, you are right. It's gone.
There's absolutely no black bands. So what's going on there? Yeah.
As you said, James, that floor looks different. It doesn't look as clean and shiny, and
It looks like it's a different level or different. Yeah.
Like that's the basement.
yeah, exactly.
That's an older part of the building or something.
Literally turns it around. There's the smoke. You can see some smoke. Filming. Look at his shoes. The black. It almost looks as if. It almost looks that guy. Oh, go.
So we have someone here in the chat room saying that they are two different floors.
They look well. The
Explosion.
black bands aren't.
Yeah.
But look at this
The
guy's shoes.
explosion was down and it was on the
ceiling's
down
different as
floor,
well.
and shows the video upstairs where people saw the smoke. So maybe the smoke was coming up. I think that's what Not Right was saying in the chat, was the smoke was coming up through the floors or through the the air conditioning, and yeah, and they've gone down, and that's still it's Why would they show it? Why would they show it that way around? It doesn't make sense.
Right. Why would they show us one floor and then do a video on another? It doesn't make any sense. And the ceiling's different as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a different play. Well, you know, I suppose it could be different on different floors, but it'd be unlikely, you'd think.
And who knows? This could have been all done in a different day completely. You know, the footage that we were watching, the looped footage that we continuously see, did you see any smoke or anything or any chaos or anything? No, we just saw ambulances, or not even ambulances, fire trucks and police cars. There wasn't many people all around at all.
At the time of the so as far as I can see here, Kay, and from what you and James and Joe have said so far, it's, you know, all I can see is a camera shot that's perfectly timed, with no one around. It just seems so ridiculous. It seems ridiculous. So
way ridiculous.
Fake, and you know, the pickup James had there of that picture there on the right. It's horrible.
Did she ever answer them on the comments saying if that was her footage or not?
Oh, I wanted to pause it right there and just actually see.
You can kind of see a reflection on the floor that looks like a fire, a small fire.
And what were the numbers again? Was it 20 or 40 people have died? And where were they? How did they die? Did it, you know, it does, I don't even know. They've got us looking at, you know, this is the whole thing, isn't it? It's the trick that they do all the time. They've got us looking in one place at something and, you know, allegedly something or other else is happening elsewhere.
No, we were talking about the London fire, the apartment building complex, where the amount of people died.
I wanted to see if the boards you could make out anything, but it literally looks terrible, and it literally looks like they took the quality down
on purpose, like they always do. You know, all the technology we have today, and we can't get any high def footage ever.
No, it goes high def as soon as it.
Go want a cup of tea.
The see,
cup of tea.
And then it shifts into the good quality. Watch right there. Okay, watch.
Oh yeah, here we go.
So,
then
see how it's like.
Yeah, it jumps. It jumped.
And then it jumps right there.
Can you hear me, guys? Yeah. Hello?
Thank you for the cuppa.
Yeah, we can hear you, hon.
Okay, yeah. I thought, they haven't got their cup of tea. No fake blood. Yeah. Was anyone shot there, though? I don't know.
So is there a death count for this one?
There's the recycle bins, but they've been moved.
I don't think so.
No, that's not the same floor. I'm sorry. Ceiling different, everything.
Where's the dead body? I don't think there's any dead bodies, Catherine.
No. Mark was asking about the amount of people that died, and what we were talking about a few minutes back was the London fire. How many confirmed dead?
I don't think anybody died in this.
No. Somebody in the chat was asking. That's what I'm confirming. There has been no fatalities or anything from this explosion. We were talking about the London Tower that was on fire.
Oh, London Tower, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about as far as death.
I did bring you one back, Catherine, but you didn't grab it there. So Kay drank it.
No, I'm drinking my tea or my coffee.
My coffee. Oh, I bought a coffee.
Yeah.
These Americans and their coffee. Americans and their coffee. Coffee.
No, that'd be like if I was from Chicago.
Ah, Chicago. I don't know. I don't do an American accent very well.
What, James?
What, James?
What? No, I
thought
just
you
wanted
said-
to go to the. I wanted to go to the fire, but I wanted to save this because I just want to, or at least tweet it so I could tweet this out.
I like the turbo. He says the terrorist with a burning suitcase with a bomb vest that didn't explode and they didn't shoot him. What is a go? It's just a psyop stuff. Oh, Not Right said this is a train station. The previous picture was a video. It was a subway station. So they're all different pictures.
Yeah, and Joe, when you were gone, Kay and James showed a picture of, or showed some film where it appeared to jump between floors. There was like a cut, like an edit. Yeah.
Wow.
Some dodgy editing going on here as well.
See, they forget how
and
many.
as far as the panning goes, they always love to pan the camera when they're editing.
What gets me is they forget how many smart people are on YouTube. They forget how many of these super sleuths, and some are expert in editing, experts in Photoshop, experts in movie stuff. They forget how smart the humans are that are watching this BS. And they think that you're stupid. I mean, there's so many smart people, especially on YouTube. In this chat, there's a lot of smart people calling it out.
But there's dumber. There's the masses are the ones that they don't care about the small.
Oh, I get you. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Just like that Manchester. It wasn't even there in the arena, and people. You had these crazy teenagers that were jumping from the banisters, onto the floor screaming when there was nothing inside where they were screaming.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but I've been to concerts, and when you hear bangs like that, you don't automatically think OMG, okay? You do not do that because, there's so many things, there's equipment, there's speakers, even somebody said that with a balloon.
There was a bloke on a speaker. And he was on there saying, "Okay, nothing to worry about. Everyone just follow calmly. There's nothing here to see." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Someone running like psycho.
Exactly. He made that announcement. If there was a terrorist inside the building, how were they not sure that there was not another terrorist inside the arena?
Yeah,
because they were doing it.
Exactly.
And would you mention the word terrorist to children? Like, that would be the first thing that would set them off.
Yeah.
So Belgian National Radio reported the suspect is still alive, but then they said that he was neutralized. So whatever the hell that means.
They've had him in a coma state.
No, they've castrated him.
Look, they have all these people out here
There's all the people
patrolling to make sure nobody gets in.
Neutralized. Sometimes I'm funny. It's so funny. You gotta laugh. It's all a joke. Really? I mean, come on now. You gotta laugh.
This is ridiculous. There's no people in there at all. It's just. Ugh.
They do love to mock us. But I think half of these people are half breeds and hybrids, and they're bad acting because they've got no emotion, they've got no soul. Whereas we got soul, we got emotion, we got oomph.
All right. I'll be right
back. What to do, and they go, okay, like robots. Yeah. No worries, Matt. Got false flag. I know we got to laugh at it. Oh, you got to laugh though, Catherine, don't you? I'm talking to the girl in the chat because it's so plain to see that it's just a joke now. On emotions, yeah, exactly. They try and change it on emotions. They're playing to the masses, like Kay said. They're playing to the masses. They'll be going, "Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!"
What's the Seattle op coming up?
What?
Yeah, there's something in the chat about that. I've just seen that.
Anybody know about the Seattle op? I don't.
No. What's Seattle up?
Seattle.
Oh no, they got another one going.
Let's
Oh, it's coming up. She said. Overall Gaming said it's coming up.
Yeah. Oh, disturbing video
What are
capture.
they playing? Douglas said the same. He said there's something coming up in Seattle. Wow.
Well,
Seattle
we're about
has
to see
been
this. We're about to see
speculated.
the Summer of Rage over here. I think everybody's about to see the Summer of Rage. Already at Myrtle Beach, there was that shooting. There was a shooting up the street, and then the mob came down the street, and then they had a fight between themselves, and then they were shooting. I mean, literally, people are going insane. Myrtle Beach is pretty nice, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. With all the
So the Dutch media says there's not sure if there was a bomb vest at all. Right.
Rest in peace, suitcase.
That's what it is, isn't it? It's a guy who's dropped off a bomb that doesn't really. That's actually a suitcase flamethrower that he's parked in an empty subway.
With a big P.
Oh my God.
That's so funny. Rest in peace, suitcase. That's what it's all about, a suitcase. Hello. I wonder what make it was. They're blowing up the brand. Popcorn ready, folks. Yeah, Lions, I reckon. Get the popcorn. I reckon you sit back, guys, and just watch it all, you know? Get the popcorn, Lions. Yep.
I think he's getting rid of his baggage, Joe.
What's that mean? What? Baggage?
He's getting rid of his baggage.
Oh,
his luggage.
Everyone's got baggage. Everyone's got baggage. I'd like to blow up my baggage.
Well, that's what he did. He did it on TV.
Why wouldn't you, eh? Myrtle Beach.
Very staged.
He's not that nice anymore. Anyway, sadly, because so many go there. All right, okay. I think when they're walking there naked or something.
They're just.
What? What do you mean? Same crowd?
Sitting up there all day long.
Yeah.
The guy just sitting out here. It's nothing. They just put the military guy there to make it look like, it's like nothing. Cut that off.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get
what?
The London. Seems like I can't get the video here. I want to watch the stupid fire.
Oh, the super fire? You mean the town thing that went up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still stood. And look at
Yeah, we got Ron Johnson here.
Ron Johnson? I love that guy. Where? In the chat? Oh my God, get him on. He's awesome. He's an amazing guy. Have you heard his his videos are the bomb. The bomb. Where is he? Is he in the chat? Get him in here, guys. He's awesome. Did you say he's in the chat?
No, he's not. He's not in the chat. We're watching his film.
Oh, sorry. I thought he was in the chat.
Horses and occult science. We're gonna talk about this a little bit.
Yep.
In these master's degrees and PhDs by major universities in Western esotericism and other occult theologies, they teach something called theurgy. Theurgy, here is the definition, describes the practice of ritual, sometimes seen as magical in nature, performed with the intention of invoking the action or evoking the presence of one or more, demons or the like.
I'll be right back and get some coffee.
That is the definition. And there are master's degrees, PhDs in this subject at major universities. You can look this up. We've covered this quite extensively. This is happening mostly in European universities. such as Exeter, Amsterdam, and the Sorbonne in Paris. And we've talked about this triangle of terror that runs between Paris, Amsterdam, and London, basically. And, that includes Belgium. But that's basically like the European Bermuda Triangle of occult doom, believe this or not. And all of this stuff that we're talking about is absolutely verifiable. And in the fine print here in this article from the mainstream news, it says the Western esoteric traditions reach back to Hermeticism, Hermes, culture of death, cult of death, Neoplatonism, Gnosticism, and theurgy in the Hellenistic world. Hellenistic world. You kind of have to, be able to break down these words into what they mean.
Hellenistic, yeah.
There's a whole different culture science thing going on that isn't really being discussed on NBC, Fox News, but it is being discussed at major universities that are offering postgraduate programs on the invocation of demons and the like. So that brings us back to, say what we saw on 9/11. Here we have another death tower. And we see what looks like the face of the devil appear from the clouds. And here we have the very famous BBC broadcast, and it looks like the horn of the devil is just there at the right place at the right time, trying to tell you something. This image here was captured right before the Burgas bombing. This is the perpetrator of the Burgas bombing that killed a bunch of people on a bus. And there was a face that was captured right behind the perp. And you also notice the perp is wearing a funky Adidas t-shirt there. It looks like horns and a tail there. And here we have the image again on 9/11. The devil in the picture. Now, if you were going to take this at face value, I know it's a big if, but let's just explore the possibilities here. If this is what it looks like, what would be the explanation for what we're seeing here? Well, it would mean that, the situation is lining up just the right way for this to happen. Certain variables have to be met, or requirements have to be met, and then you get what looks like a face, pressing up against the veil. And this brings us back to, obviously, what people have been talking about for thousands of years, this epic battle of good versus evil, and, the possibility of there being demons and the like, or fallen angels, or whatever you might want to call them. And so this kind of makes you wonder, well, where are these creatures at? And does it suck so bad where they're at that they got to come over here and mess with us? Or, what's up with Earth that we have, we get these visits? How special is this Goldilocks planet that we find ourselves at? And obviously it must be pretty special. If you take a look at the DNA, this is something that we like to bring up quite a bit because we have a background in biology and chemistry. If you look at the DNA, it looks like a programming language. And, the genetics, if you take genetics, you find out that there are switches that turn different processes on and off. It's got its own code. It's a triplet code, its own alphabet. It actually, it's written as a program. And they tell you in the higher sciences that you can only get life from life because it requires that program of life to get things going. This program can't just randomly assemble from chemicals in some sort of primordial soup. This is why we are absolutely astonished that they keep bringing up Darwinian theory, 1800 science in the modern age, when molecular biology basically disproved Darwinian theory, 70 years ago, Watson and Crick. Once they figured out that they were dealing with a programming language, an alphabet, we're on this Goldilocks planet, all of a sudden it started, people started looking at things quite differently. And when we see footage like this, it makes you wonder what kind of, what is going on here. Did something else happen? Is this just one glimpse of what happened on that day? This is, I suppose, would bring us back to this whole idea of theurgy, the invocation of evil spirits, crossing planes, portals, things of that nature. And, there's quite a few things that can be discussed on these topics. Quite a few things. I'm not sure how much of it we're going to cover in this particular broadcast, as far as symbolism, these types of practices. But there's a reason why things are happening the way they're happening, and we know that in fact politics is really about religion. The people on the left will say, "Oh, they don't believe in anything," yet they're running around in these Luciferian rituals and the like. They obviously believe in something. And it's the same thing with the full conservatives, the Skull and Bones, the Bohemian Grove.
You guys there?
They pretend to be Christians. They're the apostates.
Yes.
They're the Judas in the crowd, pretending to be.
I am. I just muted my thing while you watch the video.
Danny
I talked to Ron on Skype. He's awesome.
But really, they're they've got.
Yeah, he's dialed in.
entirely different,
For sure.
ideas.
Is what?
He's dialed in for sure. And when he says that it is religious,
There is something.
it's not political. Sorry, I ran back.
No worries.
Yeah, when he says it's, let's just listen.
Yeah.
Blood sacrifices or ritualistic sacrifices are something that they would actually be aiming for as some sort of gateway, or perhaps to formulate a gateway. And this kind of gets back to some of the basics of metaphysics, and I think we'll cover just kind of like one of them. Metaphysics is, I guess, kind of like you could say the Force in Star Wars. It's kind of like that, where fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to the dark side. That kind of thing. And I guess you could describe it as well as kind of being like negative vibrations, bad vibes, people bringing you down, that kind of thing. I think that's an example of it. I think there are, big and small examples of the same thing. It's kind of like a beautiful woman or a beautiful car or a beautiful house. There are three different things. They all have this quality of beauty. You can't hold beauty, you can't buy beauty, but it's there, and it's kind of universal to whatever it's attached to. And it's the same thing with evil. Evil is the same way. You can be an evil woman or an evil person. You can have live in a haunted house or an evil house, and so on and so forth.
He's right.
That's basically kind of like the basics of metaphysics. And one of the most hugely negative things that can happen is murder, is death. That's one of the most negative things that can occur in our existence, and it has an obviously negative impact on everyone around it. And this is kind of like, this is part of the dynamics of what's happening in these religious situations. I guess you can kind of look at it as how laughter is contagious. If you see somebody in the room laughing or smiling, it makes you want to laugh or smile. Hatred and anger and sadness and stuff like that is contagious as well. And emotions and ideas and feelings are either going to be positive or negative, right? And the things that are positive are of the good side, and the things that are negative are of the dark side. So the dark side is always going to want to put in place evil types of events that provoke sadness, anger, hatred, because it brings people even more towards the dark side. And I guess, you can see its impact on everyday things, kind of like, road rage. When people are driving, all of a sudden you got the sweetest old person in the car and they just transform into somebody else, giving people the bird, shouting, yelling, screaming, talking to themselves. That's the kind of impact negative situations can have on a person. All of a sudden, a nice person all of a sudden flies off the handle because of the hidden force at play. And some people will try to describe it in psychological terms, but those people usually end up on meds or something like that. But really, the root cause of happiness or sadness or happiness or anger is really the nature of what you're looking at. Is it good or is it evil? And when enough evil accumulates at a certain place, or you could say the more evil that accumulates at a certain place, the bigger the impact will be on the surrounding people. And if you can imagine all the people right now in London that are basically being forced to look at this new Death Tower, I mean, that's going to have an emotional impact on everybody that looks at it for who knows how long. They're either going to be sad or they're going to be angry. It's just going to be a bunch of negative emotions, bringing people, towards the dark side, and that's absolutely the intent.
I just wanted to pause it right there. This was the scene afterwards. They all were like flooding this place, and look at the people. The people are just enraged.
For starters. But what you have to be curious about is, in situations like this, is this building now vibrating on a different level?
People are smiling.
Doing something else in metaphysical terms. And obviously, everything that's associated with the paranormal kind of gets looked at sideways because it's not in our contemporary environment. But when you think about physics, there's quite a bit of stuff that is accepted.
I think that's all staged as well. The protest.
Actually, paranormal in nature. When you think of,
so you think that they're showing? Well, they're definitely wanting people to be like that then. And look at what happened.
To boost people up to be mad. That's what they're doing. They were laughing, like Kay said. They were laughing.
And there are plenty of people. I'm not just going off that one little snippet of video. There are plenty of people that are plenty upset on how this fire went ahead and killed all these people, how it passed fire code, how there was no sprinklers, how the thing was blocked. And then you see, this is only a couple days ago, and then you see all hell breaking loose over in London and Europe. And
they want people to riot.
They want what?
James, I was going to say that there's a person I speak to in London, and that project that they were working on there was an $8 million overhaul of the building. It was either 8 or 10. And apparently 2 million of that money went missing. So they had $2 million that they could have used systems or better, fire upgrade or whatever. And it really does, it really stinks of something horrible happening there, because they were telling people to stay inside the building. I mean, if there's a building on fire that's going up very quickly and it literally burnt or set on fire in 8 minutes, you'd think people would be told to leave the building via the fire exits. And some people did. They did interview, and whether or not they were, real.
But hang on, what about if it's a multi-million-dollar upgrade? Where's the water sprinklers?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they had so much money that went missing. It was $2 million of that whole project that they can't find, and it links into Theresa May's Parliament, and there's someone there that was responsible for.
Oh, so you think that they did an upgrade but left out the sprinklers on purpose?
No, they robbed it. They instead of the upgrade, they put in to actually burn the place, and they decided, they probably could have spent less than $1 million and pocketed the rest, and it was like a big scam. And all these things, they have multi-dimensional things. They profit on it.
Yeah.
There's another aspect to it. That's the reason why they want it there.
Sacrifices.
This is the guy. This is the guy right here. This is the guy that did it. He's the Ethiopian taxi driver whose faulty fridge started the inferno. Says he'll never get over how many were killed. But in the paper, then they said it was a white guy. So they wanted the people to be mad at white people, even though it was. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's a. But what I'm saying too is that if they left out the sprinklers on purpose, that would, because the sprinklers would come on automatically on every floor, and there would be no inferno. There'd be no people missing. There'd be no like psyop. So they'd have to not put the sprinklers in on purpose.
Yeah, and so, I mean, Sucker Punch in the chat room just said corporate manslaughter, and that's exactly what it was. They put flammable panels on the outside and on the inside of a building.
That's what I'm saying. It's purposely. If it's purposely done, right? They're not going to put sprinklers in. They're not going to put sprinklers in because that would not. They wouldn't have the same result.
Exactly.
Right?
Kind of like the bombs that were installed 6 months prior to 9/11 into the elevators.
Exactly.
But so they put this out, right? He shows right here where they put it out, and then if you let me just go like this. Damn it. So freezing up. But then when they rewrote it the next day, they started saying, and they purposely started saying white guy. So it was like as if they wanted all that hate to be directed. So they're pitting the people they just brought in. They're winding them up, and you see right here, white British man. He was a slim, tall, white British man. See, this is the next day, and it's word for word, pretty much the same stuff. Fire was in the kitchen, this, that, the other. The brigade was called within blah 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 blah. Like
well,
a tissue.
No
no
you know
smoke
what?
alarm either.
Well, I saw one on the occult thing, and there was a big H. That's occultism. The H is occult. You know, it burned in the H. That's occultism, right? If you look at what's her name, Bellfire, she does all the occult symbols and she describes it all to a T. And the H means something, right, to the elites. You know how it did a H with the bird? That was weird, but that was occultism. They did it on purpose. Oh yeah, it's all occultism. Yeah.
Cowboy made a pretty interesting comment in the chat. He said, Westfield, same guy involved with 9/11, owns the mall next to this building that caught fire.
Oh my God.
Jeez. They're keeping the family, right?
There's that Westfield. Is it Westfield?
This is how you burn a building.
Westfield.
Yeah, now explain that. Does anybody know exactly how it ties in? Because I heard that there were ties into that. I just want it said so we could understand it. How now? What now?
Okay, he stated in the chat. Where did it go? Okay, Westfield was the same guy involved with 9/11. He owns the mall next to the building that caught fire. So Westfield was involved in 9/11. He also owns the mall that was next to this building.
Wow.
So I'm not sure how. Cowboy's the one that said that.
No, but I did hear that there was ties. There was all these weird ties. I wonder who owns the frickin' building that went up.
Well, they did a $10 million upgrade, and like that one article just said there was no alarm. So, yeah, they didn't do sprinklers or smoke alarm.
They pocketed $10 million, and then they probably spent less than $1 million putting in the flammable siding and everything to make it go up, and then they pocketed that. Then they also get the rim shot of having everybody divided. They put in a white guy did it. They intentionally kill all these people. Yeah, it's so it's a multi-dimensional, a multi-purpose operation.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if
multi-purpose,
insurance doesn't even cover the building due to the fact that there were no smoke alarms or sprinklers.
But
Yeah,
where's
but
this
they
See,
will,
the thing about
because they're all-
Kate. Yeah,
But-
I mean, the thing about this is that they got rid of all the people that were living there, so that they didn't have to rebuild the building and put them back in there. So all of those people now are gone. So what they can do is they can go in there with, even if there is no like insurance payout, and what they can do is they can build an affluent area. So it was all about getting rid of those people and just starting fresh.
And there will be a payout because they're all in it like a bunch of Charlie Manson groupies. And they probably, just like in the bombing, they shouldn't have paid out for that was the most suspect thing, yet they paid out. The guy made a profit, made millions of dollars. Anyone could have saw that, but it was like they're all in it, the good old boy network, and that's how they do it.
Follow the money.
So they're probably
Follow the money. Always follow the money.
All the money.
Well,
Yeah,
yes, I agree with that. But these days, they are doing stuff that literally goes against their thing because their agenda comes before even money making. So they are losing money on a lot of stuff, going with this censorship, going with all this demonization of the right side and Christians and stuff. They're losing money, but like on their propaganda networks, which are like all of them. But they'd rather have their agenda pushed. They'd rather have their brainwashing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because their agenda for the New World Order goes above and beyond even money.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, that is a very good rule. Follow the money.
It's all part of the big, it's all part of the big plan, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing is they're gonna do their plan. What's that time say behind her?
Well,
I just like always look at clocks. They while they're doing their operation, they're gonna profit because they set it up. They're gonna profit, of course. I mean, like 9/11, all the people profited. I still can't believe that there's not the investigation of 9/11 and WTC. I mean, they didn't even mention World Trade Tower number 7. How the hell could a fire just bring down a building? They didn't even mention it. Like, I don't even understand.
Like, with Building 7 is the news broadcast actually stated Building 7 had fell before it had actually fell.
Right.
It's on the newscast. Yeah, she said, it's fell. And behind it was still up. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I was in New York. I still have my tapes. I was in film school at the time, right there on 14th Street. And when it happened, I was asleep up at my New York NYC dorm. But at the time I had a camera package, and I took out the Sony PD-150 that I had, and I have hours and hours of footage just down. And I was thinking about one day making a like a documentary on just my, what happened to me that day, because it's absolutely crazy footage. And as I got closer and closer, because I was right there at 14th Street, as you got closer to Ground Zero, they had these rings set up. So I had to keep lying and say that I lived there in order to get past these guards, and they had these like perimeters set up. So then they would only allow in military vehicles and firefighting vehicles. I was wearing a mask because there was all this shit in the air. There was about 2 or 3 inches of soot and on the ground, just blowing everywhere. So yeah, it's crazy. I have the footage here. I just need to put it. It's a DV. So I got rid of my camera, and now to get it out. But it's awesome. I'm gonna release that footage. But I want to do something special with it.
But don't remember all the witnesses got 9/11. They disappeared.
I know.
Be careful.
It's crazy.
Be careful.
It's
There's
like
people
those
on
planes
camera.
that are suddenly. I'm not sure if you can hear me there. It's the planes that are freezing in the sky at the moment. I don't know if you've seen that, where planes appear to be just sort of frozen in the air and then continue on. It makes me wonder whether or not
I have seen that. What the hell is up with that?
I know. Well, you know, I wonder whether or not that was the technology they had back at 9/11.
Yeah,
because,
I do. Yeah, exactly. I think it is Bluebeam.
Yep, Project Bluebeam.
It's that the exact. Well, it's basically part of the LCD sky screen technology. So,
That's
Well,
right.
there
And you know,
one footage where a woman was in a building across from one of the twin towers.
the twins.
Say that 5 times. Twin towers, okay?
Stop drinking, Karen.
Right? Here she is filming. And, okay, she does not make any noise or anything until the explosion goes off. Don't you think if one building was already on fire, if you seen another plane coming towards the building, don't you think you would go, or something? But
Yeah,
no,
you
she
would, yeah.
didn't until the explosion went off. So it's almost like she didn't even see a plane.
No, they didn't. They
There's
didn't.
a lot
see
of
it.
people. Yeah, a lot of people who reported that there was no planes at all. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I saw a video of the plane, and it's exactly going through the building. It melds into the building because it's a demonic entity that shapeshifted. And there's a video of it, and you could see the plane melding and going through the building as a demonic, and coming out at the other end as a demonic entity. Hello, I've seen that video.
That was just their live. Okay, the guy, it was an MIT live insert of a plane, and they screwed up because they masked the buildings, and then it shifted over because of the helicopter. So when they masked it back up, with the part that was supposed to just stop, it protruded out the end, and they tried to cover that up. Yeah, because it was they were doing that live time. So people caught that. Yeah.
Right.
It was an insert. It was an insert. See, I don't know, because as far as the television is concerned, I think they might have inserted planes, or maybe I don't know, but they definitely, the plane couldn't have gone through the building and came out the other end. So that's impossible.
Yeah, there's no way. No way that could have happened.
In fact, it's impossible for the plane to even enter the building.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
It didn't bounce off. You would have thought some of the wings would have come off.
It would have smashed it.
You know,
right?
Yeah, or the explosion would have occurred on the outside of the building, which it didn't really. You know, it appeared to go into the building. And you know, the other thing that is such a big thing for me is I'm not sure what the networks were, but you know, maybe one of them was like CNN and one was NBC, but it was the same angle of the building. Yet in the background, one had a very bright blue background, and the other one had footage of it. Yeah, like it was like one network had one. Yeah.
Well, no, what they did is they took down the contrast and they made it like that, like opaque look, so it wasn't.
Yes.
And they wanted to do that because of the masking.
Oh.
So it really was blue sky, but what they did is they took it down, and then it was like this opaque, like kind of like almost like you're like.
So they cleaned it up, right?
Yeah, they cleaned it up with the insertion and then the cropping and everything. There was all kinds of work that they did. My question still is if you were there right under it, would you see this blue beam plane or whatever, or was it all inserted? Because there were some people that said that they saw this was on the Pentagon. There was actually a plane that was low flying, but just circled, and then they had the rocket attack to make it look to bystanders like, oh yeah, we saw a plane or whatever, but it was just low flying, and then it went over the hill, and then at the same they timed it perfectly to where when it went over the hill, then they fired the rocket, and then it's like the Pentagon has so many cameras, they give us 3 frames, but it literally, those 3 frames show a missile
Mm.
You could. It's a missile.
It's a missile. Yeah.
I think Joe mentioned earlier on when I first came on the chat. It's we talked for hours yesterday, and we got to 9/11 at the end, and it's really frustrating for me because watching it and it was really the first event that I learned from, and there's just so many things. There's footage of the missile hitting the Pentagon. There's people saying, and that there was explosions. The way the building, seems to just disintegrate when it comes down. It doesn't fall like a normal building would fall. It goes straight down. Buildings fell, but the whole entire complex fell down. Some of them fell without planes hitting them. And, I don't know for Kay and James as well, like when you look at that aircraft that hit the building, was that allegedly an American airline? Was that it looked like a black military plane to me,
Supposedly it was a Boeing 757. Am I correct?
But it also had that outfit underneath where they have the I forget what technology it is, but they put it on the lower side of the plane. But then that gets into maybe that was a psyop to make it seem like there was even a plane. I mean, it gets into like, was there even a plane?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how could the plane have done that? Okay, this is another thing. Not the second plane, but the first plane that is captured by the fire department, a.k.a. the Mossad, that was there to watch the whole thing take place. If you watch the first plane slam in, after it, there's the secondary explosions that looks like it's carving out like wingtips of the thing. Let me actually show that. The first plane hitting. Watch this. Let's go first. 9/11.
Okay.
First plane.
And the fact that George Bush lied when he was in the class.
He lied.
That he was watching a TV screen and saw the second plane hit, or for the first plane hit. Yeah.
But he could have actually, because he could have had a live feed. We know that technology might not have been here for us, but it was definitely there for people like the president. So he could have been watching that live, or he could have watched
no live footage that actually had shown the plane.
But this footage right here, what was taken by the Mossad, he could have had that actually sent to his limo where they showed this. But
no, he stated he was in the classroom though, that
was a lie. That was definitely a lie. Either way you slice it, he was lying. But look at this: when it first hits, and these guys it's like so obvious they're like just waiting for the tower to hit. These Mossad agents. Okay, let's go. Come on. No, not that. Just the first. No, I don't want 45 minutes. I just want the first plane.
Another thing that was mentioned about George Bush was the fact that he was reading to those school children. He got the news and then he stayed at the school for a really long period of time. So if your country is under attack by terrorists, one of the first things you want to protect is your president. So why would they left him in a public place doing about fixing the problem? He was that's ridiculous. You'd think they'd rush him out of there straight to a safe ground somewhere.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Well, they said that on the way back to the White House or wherever he was going, that he automatically knew who hit the plane or who hit the building. When, of course, that right there shows that it was a psyop. But he was in an interview and they had asked him, and he's like, yeah, when we were on the way back, I automatically said, well, I know who did it. It was Al Qaeda. So.
Yeah.
All right. See how they're like, blah, blah, blah. They're just waiting there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's degraded. I knew it would be degraded, so I couldn't show you what I was going to show you because it's probably not going to be able to. Let me get the quality up.
Yeah, they just so happened to be in the street filming.
Oh, it's totally BS.
Ready to go.
Well, these guys are Mossad.
Well, the other thing that's fascinating about George Bush at the time was that someone in the chat room here has just mentioned that the book he was reading was upside down.
See how it's creating the wings.
Yeah.
See how there's a secondary. Okay, yeah. See, and now there's the. So there was like a secondary charge there. Damn it, my computer's on. See how it's like it carved out, and it looks like the Batman. Come on, you piece of crap.
What is up with YouTube's autoplay? It automatically keeps turning itself back on. Do you all have an issue with that as well? I keep having to turn autoplay off.
So they see, and it looks like that Batman. Remember right there. Now there's the Batman. Let me get you the Batman. I forget what it is, but it's the Batman burned into the side of the building. Batman burned. I mean, it's like a spitting image of what that is.
The Batman logo?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that one. The third one down?
Well, it literally looks like a...
Go back up, James. I think I've seen it.
I'm trying. It's all freaking glitchy. I'm not doing this on purpose, believe me.
When we try to screen share, it gets all glitchy on us. We can't seem to do it smoothly. Right there.
This one?
Yeah. I was thinking of the original Batman logo is what you were speaking of.
No, I think it's the Dark Knight. I forget which actual Batman it was or whatever, but it might be the Dark Knight Rises, but
is that the same one that mentioned Sandy Hook?
Yes.
Okay. You all knew about that, right?
And that's what I mean.
What happened with that one?
Sandy Hook was listed on the map in Batman before Sandy Hook happened. Yeah. Yeah, look into it.
I didn't know that one, so that's one for me to look up. Yeah.
Or here, I don't want to play it because I don't want to get you a copyright strike. So let me just end that right there before I start it. Yeah, never mind. I'll probably get you a copyright strike.
You just go to images, Google images.
That's right.
One of the things that someone in the chat room mentioned before was the fact that George Bush was reading the book to the children upside down. So he's either very good at reading and doing it in a different way, or he knew something was about to happen, and it was all staged.
That's why they made I Pet Goat 2, because the book he was reading was I Pet Goat. So that's where I Pet Goat 2 comes into play.
I Pet Goat 2. I've got to go, guys. I've got real life happening.
Yeah,
see you all later.
I'm going to end this in about 5 minutes because I've got my car started.
No worries, lovey. Yeah. All right. See you, Mikey. Talk soon.
Yes,
James.
definitely. Thanks, Joe.
Definitely.
Thanks,
Have a
Joanne.
coffee. We'll talk. All right. Thanks,
Sounds
Kat.
good.
Mwah. Love you. All right. Bye,
Love you too,
guys.
man. Bye.
Bye in the
Bye.
chat. Love you all. Mwah.
Later, Joanne.
Bye-bye.
See this right here? like this one right here, this guy right here. It looked exactly like this. The first plane hitting when the smoke cleared.
Yeah. Okay.
It looked exactly like this.
All right.
I'll just show you this. I just thought it was just highly strange the way that they show it. It looked exactly like this, you know.
And Batman happens where? Gotham City. Where's Gotham City? New York.
In New York, yep. Yeah, and the following on from that as well, we talked about the symbolism and the imagery and all those sorts of things before. Another one that's been released is the Simpsons and the photo of Bart Simpson standing there with the Twin Towers and the 9 symbol, the 9/11 and the cash symbolism and the warning signs prior to. Where the money went prior to, there was a lot of transactions, huge transactions that were made the day before. Was it Dick Cheney or Bush? One of the two did that announcement about the trillions of dollars that went missing from
that was what's his name? Donald Rumsfeld.
Oh, really? Okay, Donald Rumsfeld. The day prior. It just all ties in together. And yeah, it's scary. It really is. And we're starting to see this again. These events like this morning, there's a, look over here situation, and it's look over in London, and it's look over in Amsterdam, look over in the States, look over in Australia. It's, look in New Zealand. It's one of those things where they're just getting us to look away from something or other, and it's just trying to work out what that is.
Well, look at what it says on the Dark Knight's poster. Welcome to a world without rules.
A new world
My
order.
goodness.
That's what they're doing right there.
And check it out. The smoke is exactly on the left-hand side of the building as well.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Like
it was
the
like
towers,
an identical.
What day did that release in the theaters? Do you know?
July 18th.
Right. What year? I'm sorry.
Hold
on, I'll look it up.
I'm having a look here. Dark Knight.
Yeah, I got a million windows open. You look it up.
Okay, James.
Here we go. Is it 2008?
2008.
16th of July 2008. That was the release date in Australia. 16th of July 2008. So it would have been around that time.
So July 18th, 2008.
Right when Barack Obama got into power?
Well, that would have been January. Wait a second. He would have actually started in 09. Election would have been in 08, correct? And then he would have started January of 09. Right?
Okay. So right before.
Right.
But that's how pre-programming works, or the predictive programming.
Yeah, it's all the numbers, and getting it out to as many people as possible. So a show like The Simpsons, which is watched worldwide and by a large amount of people, and Family Guy. Apparently, there's some other ones that are hidden in Family Guy along the way.
Right.
So yeah,
those are the two ones where they like to leak out a lot of truth, and they like. I'm noticing more and more that they just like to really be over the top. So the people that are paying attention, it's like, are you kidding me? They get off on that.
Totally. It's like that Donald Trump going down the staircase, or him standing with the presidential logo in front of him. There's so many of those instances. And to me, when I consider myself someone who's starting to wake up and looking at this stuff, you just think it's just ridiculous. How can people not see this and up by it? It's just in your face. It's right in your face.
Because it literally forces you to the perspective. Literally, once it's kind of like the Matrix type of thing where you're like, no, I want the meat. I don't want the bowl of slushy whatever the like oatmeal-ish crap. I want the steak. I want the wine. I want the money. I don't want to wake up.
Right. Take the blue pill, stay asleep. Take the red pill, wake up.
Yeah, that's the one.
Exactly.
And it's crazy how, you know, as far as the Matrix goes and the blue pill to stay asleep, all sleeping medicine on the market are blue.
Yeah, it's another sign. It's another sign. Yeah.
Well, blue, they also, anytime they want you to have trust in anything, they do it blue too. Like you'll notice on, like with web or the news and stuff, they'll always do the blue. It's a sign of, yeah, like of trust. You know, like you could trust this person.
Well, the other one is when you take the red pill. If you think about it, and when you go down the rabbit hole, you're going down the YouTube rabbit hole, and that's a red logo.
Right.
When I think of YouTube, I think of red. You know, down the rabbit hole, and you know this is where I've learned everything. Is certainly through YouTube, and you know,
it's true. It is true. It is true.
Yep.
YouTube did, and then that's why they demonize it by going like, "Oh, what do you watch? You watch videos like on YouTube." The people that are watching the news and stuff, like they think they're so, and it's that spirit of like, you know better. Like those people are dumb. That's the spirit that's overtaking people right now.
That's right. Like, yeah, and this is the thing, and this is why yesterday when I was speaking to Joe, like it got to this point where I was so frustrated because 9/11 just is one of those things where talking to my parents about it, they just are unable to accept it. At all. You know,
that's it right there. They can't accept it.
Yeah, they think it's terrorist.
This evil is so big that literally that's why as far as like we're talking real world stuff, the Bible, I'm not talking about, it literally is like, it literally will give you a heads up on like all this stuff that's happening. 5 years ago, I would have never expected we were going to be in this time, but it talks about this, all this, it talks about all this, you know,
rumors
as
of
far
wars,
as
there'll be wars, rumors of wars, technology increase. There'll be famine. Earthquakes and
then it talks about the days speeding up, and then look at our news cycle. Look how much information is shoved at us. Like it's so crazy. It's almost like something is on. It's going faster and faster and faster. It is almost like the time is speeding up.
Exactly. You know, it's the sum of all the things as well. So it's things like the weather, it's the Mandela effect, it's the terrorist attacks worldwide, things. So many different things. You know, it seems like in the last couple of years, the sun has changed. You see these weird clouds.
You're echoing real bad, James.
Yeah, it's yeah. Whoop. Try again. Is that better? No.
No, it's not you, Mark. It's James.
How's it me?
Because I see every time it echoes, I see your speaker going. Yeah.
So it's the weather, the sun that's changed. The you know, you're looking at the sun here in Australia. I'm lucky enough to live in a same state as Joe, and we have a lot of blue sky, beautiful blue sky, and you know the sun looks different. The sunsets, the sunrises are different. When the sun comes up in the morning, quite often it'll be right in the morning, and then all of a sudden it'll be like someone's turned the light on. You know, it's just 10 times brighter. It doesn't, you know, it's very strange. You know, the Mandela effect, where the biggest one for me, you know, Luke, I am your father. I asked my dad, I've asked my brother, they all remember it as being Luke, I am your father. So I watched Star Wars so many times over the years. You know, it was my favorite movie series, and you know, for that to have changed, that was one of the things that just blew me apart.
Yeah, but look at who's doing it, the media. That's why I don't trust the Mandela effect, because they have control over the final cut, theatrical cut. They have all those scenes tucked away. They probably have a scene that said that, and now they've changed it and they've put it out, and they didn't say anything when they put it out. And then, see what I'm saying? It's the same. We know the media is right up there. These are the evil. These are the children of the devil. These are the people. These are the enemies right here. So when it has to do with media, I just don't trust it, because they're in charge of the media.
How do you explain the Bible verses changing? That's the only thing that I have an issue with.
To be honest with you, there's so many versions and stuff that I didn't have anything memorized down to the T to where, I don't know. I don't know. There could have been different versions.
Preachers that know their Bible and have come out and said, "Hey, this changed." So
yeah, and you know what? I saw Luke, I Am Your Father. I mean, that was the line from the movie that had a profound impact on everyone. It was, you know, that moment in time when Luke found out that Darth Vader was his dad, you know, and it had an emotional heartstring tear. At the time, it's sort of like, no, there's no way he can be the father, you know, like Luke's a good guy and Darth Vader's a bad guy. So you remember that line. It's iconic and it changed.
The one thing that's crazy is, like, if they did change the media, you'd think that people would have the old version and then they could be like, no, it's different on this one. That's the only thing that kind of is like, well, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, and James, the other side to it as well is I've got a very good friend in Adelaide, which is where I'm originally from, which is down in the south part of Australia. And he collected Star Wars memorabilia for years, and he is a bigger fan than I am. And, you know, that's saying something because I've watched it so many times. And he is adamant that it says, no, I am your father, and it never said Luke.
Is he younger?
No, he's the same age as me, but he is, I would describe as closed-minded. He's not open to these sorts of things. So,
all right, guys. Hey, I don't mean to cut y'all off. I've got to go. It's echoing really bad, and I've already had my car started. I got to start it again.
All right, guys. Well,
all right, guys.
I've got to head off.
Okay.
Lovely to meet you, Kay and James. It's wonderful, and the chat room people on here are great as well. So thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for coming on, man. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Later, Marky.
Have a good day.
Alrighty.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Much love.
Later.